My name is Adedina. This is the Cream Podcast. Melvin is once again summer classes. But this is the last week, so he'll be back next week. Next week's actually going to be a very interesting episode. Right now, I'm surrounded by two Arsenal fans, unfortunately. Our biggest rivals. I would never, ever, ever wear Arsenal jersey in my life. I was wearing a Liverpool jersey yesterday. People were like, why would you wear a Liverpool jersey? I'm like, I won't mind wearing a Liverpool jersey, but I will never wear Arsenal jersey. I will never wear a Man United jersey. That will just never happen. So today, I am welcomed by Robbie and my boy Chuks. Thank you guys for coming.
You're welcome. No problem.
Okay. See, already, why did I even do this? I don't even know why I did this. So Arsenal, once again, you guys in Europa League. Sorry, but one thing that you guys did kind of accomplish for, ever since what's his name, Wenger's been gone. This guy's actually buying people. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about what do you guys think about your signings? Granted, you just lost another defender today, but I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on like your signings so far.
I mean, obviously, Nicolas Pepe. I never thought would happen. That was crazy.
He's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
If Chelsea didn't have the ban, he'd be in the blue jersey this season.
Probably. I think that young kid from Brazil, Martinelli, is just one of those things, kind of like the Guendouzi signing, where it was like, we're kind of taking a risk, and then hopefully his, Guendouzi is worth like 50 mil now, and we bought him for like 8 or 9. So I think he's kind of like the same thing. I don't expect him to be in the first team at all. We got that Saliba guy from Saint Etienne. Unfortunately, he had to go back there, but again, he's only 18, so it's probably for the best that he goes back and actually plays.
Chuks, what do you think?
Bro, first of all, I don't know where we got the money from for Nicolas Pepe.
Yeah.
These guys are only supposed to have like 40 million, right?
I know, right?
Well, that's the thing is, like, we're supposedly we only paid like 25 million up front, and the rest we're paying over the next 5 years.
Wait, to Monaco? Oh, sorry, Lille?
Lille.
So you guys even did borrow? Wow.
Yeah.
Is a Nigerian running Arsenal or something?
I need Dangote to come and buy Arsenal because Pepe. I don't know where we got that money from, but
how much are you guys giving him per week, if you guys know?
I think it's 150 per week.
It's probably a lot.
Louise.
But it would have been better for us to get him than Zaha.
For sure.
I've yet to meet one Arsenal fan that's sad about Pepe.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
the main thing with this team is our defense. Like, I don't know.
You guys just lost Koscielny. I didn't understand that.
Koscielny's time is over, man.
But then again, who else are you guys gonna have?
We only have 3 fit defenders right now.
Funny enough, our season started getting bad when Holding got injured last season.
Because he was our best defender when he was playing.
Because Mustafi in the back.
Nah.
I told you that day, bro. With this team, I see us scoring 100 goals and conceding 98. Like,
yeah.
Man, Mustafi is the main problem we have right now. When Monaco brought the $20 million, I would have given him for free, man. Yeah. Just take him and take Jenkinson. Because you
guys still have Socrates, right?
Yeah, we still have Socrates.
But what about,
he's like 32.
Yeah, he's old as shit.
He's aging, man.
And what about what's the right back you guys had? Lichtsteiner? How do you say his name?
Oh, he's done.
He's done. He left also, right?
Because he was a free transfer.
It was just a 1-year contract.
Even Rugani, I'm so skeptical because Juventus knows how to give away bad players.
Yeah. And
they get them for free, then they sell them. So I'm like, there's one guy we're linked with in IB Leipzig.
Upamecano.
But it's too much money, man.
Yeah.
And I know if we don't get him this transfer market, because his contract is over in 2 years. So next year, Chelsea is back. Madrid too be looking at him. Barca. So I would say since we got Pepe, let's just go all out and get that guy. Because if we can get him and the right back from Celtic, I mean, Brazil's top 3 this season, man.
Top 3?
Yes.
You heard it
here first.
We're not going to get top 4 unless we sign a center back and a fullback.
Yeah, if we get those top 3, but right now with the team we have right now,
it's not top 4.
This morning I was top 3. Then I saw Dybala to Spurs. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, hold on.
We'll
get to that. We'll get to that later. But you guys say top 3 right now.
Yeah, for me.
That will mean you guys will beat out Tottenham.
Yes.
Why do you think you're gonna beat out Tottenham?
Bro, people seem to forget we were doing really well last season till the injuries. Like,
that's true.
Bro, we went 22 games unbeaten before the injuries.
Who were you guys playing?
Bro,
Who are you guys playing?
We beat Spurs 5-2 last season. Like the first game we played Spurs in the Emirates, beat them 5-2. So what makes you think we won't beat them again this season?
This season they have newfound confidence because somehow, some way, they just kept winning when we all thought that okay, they're done now, and they just kept winning. I personally said they should have choked out Champions League in group stages, and somehow they found their way in the final. So I think we always underestimate them going into every season. Even mid-season, we're always underestimating them. They found their way in the Champions League final. They found their way to even still be top 4 within all of that. And that's tough. First of all, it's tough for you to even make a run in Champions League and still be top 4 in the EPL. It's very hard to do that. And they still found a way to do both. I don't know how they did that.
Well, it also helped that everyone around them kept losing in the Premier League too.
That's true.
It seems like with Arsenal, every time there's a chance for us to like move into the top 4, top 3, whatever, because Tottenham or Chelsea lose a game, we're like, oh, we'll lose a game too. We'll make it even. And it's like, why do we do that?
You don't have to. I mean, me personally, I will never say you guys are going to be good. I will say your top 3 players, like, up top are scary. Like, it's going to be a very, very difficult 3 to be going up against. Like Lacazette he's not the fastest person, but he can score. Like, he can score with any little opportunity you give him. I think, who did you guys play? I think it was Liverpool. You guys drew 1 with Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
It's some goal. I was like, how did you even shoot that?
Out of nowhere.
So he can shoot those.
He wasn't even facing the goal.
Exactly. So he can shoot those. Aubameyang is, the less you say, the better. Dude is just, he's a maniac. And now he's even going to be playing back on the wing. He started off as a winger in Dortmund. And they're just like, all right, just go play striker after a point. So now that they're putting back at that wing, now you have Pepe on the other wing.
Yeah. I
mean, me, I'd rather not go up against those 3. I really do not. I'm actually not looking forward to that game. My only hope is Chelsea hopefully being able to get some sort of attacking, because right now we have Ross Barkley starting at camp. So,
I don't feel any pin for you guys.
Oh, really? Okay. That's cute. I mean, you can say that, but I think by the time we play Arsenal, we'll have had Hudson-Odoi back. We'll have, what's my boy? Loftus-Cheek back. So Loftus-Cheek's probably going to be playing at camp at a certain time. Pulisic's going to be probably starting eventually. And then now you have Cho on the other side. And our only problem is striker. We have 3 strikers that Frank Lampard still, like, I don't know which one's going to start. But if Tammy Abraham can really get into his zone, and he's young, he's tall, I still think we're going to beat you guys both times this season.
See, back to last season, another thing that messed us up was Aubameyang missing all those chances. I looked at stats from the FPL app, and Aubameyang missed the most chances of every player in the league. He also hit the bar the most times of any player in the league. So imagine if he scored all those goals. Because last season, Emery really showed us the side of Arsenal that I've been watching, like consciously watching football since 2005. And I've seen different Arsenal teams from after Henry left to when we had Van Persie. And I've not seen a team score goals the way we did. Especially like when we'll be losing in the first half, then second half is like
completely different.
Yeah. Emery just went into the locker room and like slapped everybody, and next thing you know, man,
he's very tactical.
I mean,
because I remember the Tottenham game at home. We were losing 2-1.
Yeah.
And then he put on Lacazette and Ramsey at the start of the second half. And they both, I think Ramsey had 2 assists and Lacazette, had a goal and an assist. So I feel like Emery is very, like, he goes into every game with, like, a plan, and if it's not working, he has plan B, plan C, plan.
He's at least able to adapt, which some coaches, they will just be like, all right, well, just go out there and try your best.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
They're like, no matter what, we're going to play this way. Yeah. So as much as I think Emery isn't the right coach,
why don't you think he's the right coach? What do you think he's the right coach?
Yeah, for this.
For now, but I think he's.
Why don't you think he's the right coach?
Like for long term, I don't know. I just don't think he's never like been at a big club like this. I mean, he was at PSG and he got overwhelmed by it with like Neymar and everything.
I mean, but that's because Neymar's just a big ego.
That's true, and
it's hard to handle Neymar himself.
And he was struggling with Ozil last season too, but they seem to be friends again.
Well, I mean, Ozil's also a crybaby.
Exactly, like Emery's like bad at handling those types of players, and I mean before then he was at Sevilla and Valencia.
I mean, I would give him kudos for the work he did with the kind of players like he came to.
And it was his first season there.
Yeah,
and still ending up, fifth.
Like I won't
and going to the Europa League finals.
Like I won't give him any like harsh criticism yet. Like now that he's bringing in his own players, I really want to see how he's gonna replace Ramsey, because Ramsey was probably our best player, second half player last season, and now it's like this Xhaka or Torreira, like who's going to be that middleman? Because Ozil,
because they keep saying it's either Ozil or the guy you guys just got
from Ceballos.
So, yeah, they're saying it's either him starting at Cam behind Lacazette, which I'm still like, I don't know. I don't want to put Ozil there.
The thing with Ozil is, man, when the guy is having a good game,
no, it's crazy.
Like the football gods are blessing us, but then when he's having a bad game, you can't even watch, like, because one, he's one of the laziest players. Even when he's having a good game, like he doesn't play defense.
Medium high work rate, not even high low. Medium low work rate, not even high low work rate.
But then you saw the pass he gave to Aubameyang against Barcelona.
Yeah, and it's like,
then like he has like games like that, and it's like, man, this guy should start every other game. Because when him and like Sanchez had the whole transfer stuff, I really wanted him to go because Sanchez was something else for us, and I wouldn't mind having Alexis back. Man, that Mkhitaryan Alexis swap was probably one of the biggest fraudulent deals I've seen in my life.
But what's crazy is not either team did not gain anything out of that transfer.
Well, I mean, technically we got the better deal because we didn't spend $500K a week on his
contract.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, true, yeah,
and also like
Mkhitaryan is just he's a bum.
But Sanchez was at least starting for you guys. Mkhitaryan was even starting at Man U. So low key. It was even because they're paying too much, but you guys lost a starter for somebody who doesn't play that bad.
So I really want to see what Emery is going to do this season with the players he has. I really hope I get to see more Ozil masterclass, because
I mean that's out of Emery's hands. That's whether Ozil wants to play today or not.
I mean I'm just hoping that every game we go out there Ozil plays well, because the scary thing about this year's Premier League is, like, Man City is still a very good team, and
they've
now
only just gotten better.
Cancelo now, so that's
and Rodri.
Like the defense in City, and then Liverpool's front three: Firmino, Salah, and Mane. That's good.
What's annoying about like Liverpool is like it's not even like they bought players that all of a sudden like that were cold before they got there. Mane had been there for like a few years until he really blew up in these last 2 years. Remember Firmino, same thing. Salah, when he was coming from Florida, people were like, okay, Salah, and all of a sudden he drops
scores 30
goals. Even last season, that people thought last season was a what's it called, a slow season for him, but he still gets the Golden Boot.
Yeah,
so Golden Boot was tied.
Yeah, it was him, Aguero, and Aubameyang.
So
him, Mane, and Aubameyang.
Yeah.
So it's just this like cultivation of Klopp, like cultivating all this young talent, and now he has Chamberlain back, which I think a lot of people aren't really talking about because he was out last season, and they still were able to do all that stuff without him. And now they only added another midfielder to. They already have Fabinho, Wijnaldum. Now they have Oxlade-Chamberlain. Who else? They still have Shaqiri is somebody that just comes off the bench and just produces every time. It's honestly getting very, very annoying looking at these top two teams now.
Well, like another thing too, I see with like the similarities between like Klopp and Emery is like when Klopp first came to Liverpool, it's kind of the same thing that Emery is going through right now. Like
growing pains, being there's your first season.
Yeah, like being there's your first season and like slowly bringing in the kind of players you want. That's why I feel if we follow the Liverpool system, because we need to sell somebody, like we need Ozil to bring in some money for us. I was really hoping we could get a lot of money from him this transfer, because every year that goes by, he's gonna keep diminishing in value. Because we need that kind of like Coutinho sale that's bring all that money. Because sadly in soccer or football, you can't win without big players. Like
you can't, unless you're Leicester City. But they had Conte. But that was one big player.
I mean, that's like.
But Vardy was playing like a big player.
That's like never gonna happen again.
Like, that's like an anomaly. It's like one in every 20 years. You have.
Well, Ajax the same thing. But that's because their whole team was just playing. They were small. They're not okay. Let me not say they're small players. They're not big names, but they were all playing together to be playing like a big team.
Then again, that season. Everyone was ass that season.
That's true.
Chelsea had the worst year that season.
What are you talking about?
The Leicester won.
Leicester won the league.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Yeah, like everyone.
Because we finished second somehow.
Arsenal finished second, bro. I mean, that was the year we should have won the league, man.
And that's because we beat Leicester. We beat Leicester both times that
Leicester
year.
both times, and we still didn't win the
But
league.
we were losing to all the relegation teams.
And that's what's so annoying about like the EPL is like these small teams will like go up against another small team. They'll lose like 3-0, like 4-1. But then they'll go up against like a big six team, and that's when they want to become like Barcelona or Real Madrid that day. And it's so annoying because you're like, these should be easy 3 points, and now you want to come to my grounds, you want to come to my ends, take points away from me, and that's so annoying to me. But that's what makes the EPL so live. That's what makes soccer so cool to me.
Because in the EPL, Monday nights, sure when like Stoke City was still in the league, if your team was going to the Britannia, Monday night, man, one player is getting injured. One player is going to get injured.
Those are the day of Crouch, right?
Crouch, Ryan Shawcross. And they had this like big racist looking defenders, man. Like once you go in there, you already knew that either you... I remember this one game, because as an Arsenal fan, I feel like I've seen more like, I don't even call them bad games, but just games where we shouldn't really lose, but like it's so funny how we end up losing the game. I remember this one game we played West Brom, and our Arteta, at that time he was still in the team, he was our captain, Mikel Arteta.
Oh wow.
He was our captain. It was, I think, 2015-2016. Bro, this guy cost the free kick that West Brom scored, then he scored an own goal, then he got injured, all in the first half. Bro, you can check this game out. It was 2015-2016, all in the first half, and that's how we lost. Like, as an Arsenal fan, you know, you're used to results like that, where even the game last year against Palace, where Zaha scored that like 89-minute goal after Xhaka scored some weird free kick. So those are the games this season,
I know that game. Yeah.
Where Xhaka scored that free kick, and then Zaha like took...
That's when Mustafi just stuck his hand up.
Yeah.
That's how he defended.
I mean, so like games like that, we need to cut games like that out, because that's what like, if you can win the EPL, that's why most times when like English teams struggle in the Champions League, I really don't blame them, because the EPL is a whole different league. Like if you can win the EPL, then that means each week you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Like there are games that if you lose, you're like, okay, you know, the other team was better, but there are teams that come and just defend, catch you on a counter, they score one goal, then they defend the whole game, and you end up losing.
Right.
So as an Arsenal fan, I really want the team to not lose games that they're supposed to win. Like, I wouldn't mind losing to City, but, you know, if we meet, like, Brighton.
You're not beating Liverpool. At least from what we've seen so far. Yeah,
I mean,
and you
teams,
probably not.
And you should be beating United at least.
Bro, we should clap United. Not beat United. We should clap United.
I will talk about United next week, because I actually have a Man U fan, I have a Tottenham fan coming on next week. So I'm gonna trash them next week.
Bro, we should flog, not just we should flog Spurs, flog City, clap Chelsea.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Then we should struggle against United, City and Liverpool. But the other, because I really do, honestly, for me, I don't see any team better than us.
You don't have the defense to bro, just say you should clap.
I mean, bro, with that kind of attack, bro, we're gonna get goals. And if Holding plays the way he played last season, I mean, it pains me to see Mustafi, but hopefully before Thursday, some miracle is gonna happen. You know, I've already spoken to some.
Who do you guys play first?
We play Newcastle Sunday away.
Away?
I mean, but if we lose that game, like,
bro,
literally,
you don't want to start your season off that way, though.
But like Newcastle are in such like shambles right now.
Yeah, they lost Benitez, and I don't know.
Their owner was gonna sell, and then was like, never mind.
Nah, never mind.
Like, I think Newcastle are one of the teams that I think is gonna get relegated. So if we lose to them, like, oh my god.
Wait, who are the new teams this season? Derby's a new team. Right?
Norwich, Sheffield, and
Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
They spent like 100 million.
They may take points off of a lot of teams this season. They have
John Terry, so.
But just to go back to Emery, I think this is almost like a Mike D'Antoni situation with United. Well, sorry, different, but in the same boat, to where like Emery is now in the hot seat. Like last season, you give him It
was like a free pass.
It
was like a free pass.
You know, like okay. But now it's like okay, we've given you money, we've gotten you. 3 players, right? Granted, you still didn't get him a defense, but you know that's neither here nor there.
So we still have to Thursday, so
yeah. Thursday is 2 days.
Fingers crossed.
You know, so we've given you your team now. You're back in Europa League, so you don't even have Champions League pressure. So you're gonna be Europa League, having fun Europa League, playing up against all these farmers. But you need to at least make Champions League this season.
Yeah,
for sure.
And that's actually no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even if it's through winning Europa League, you just have to get there somehow.
I mean, for me personally, I really don't care about Europe. I would rather we leave the Europa League. I need us to like gain like some respect in the league now.
You don't need to now.
Like
there's no you could do it next season.
I mean, but this season we need to, because now he's really on the hot seat. Like, if he doesn't perform this season, then
he's probably out.
It took how many years to get Wenger out?
Exactly.
So like the fans are already like on edge because we don't need someone else like bringing that cycle back. So we need to keep every season. We need to move up. So now we finished 5th last season. We need to get into the top 4, get back into Champions League. You know. Because that's ultimately what is gonna make the players come. Like the guy from RB Leipzig.
Which one?
Upamecano. Because I'm pretty sure they're in the Champions League this year.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why if I'm not getting that much money.
Yeah, if I'm gonna leave, let me at least be.
Maybe making a lot of money because like they're in the Champions League and you're coming to a team in Europa League.
Right.
So we need to get back into the Champions League. And another thing too, the Europa League is, man, I don't even know why they have that tournament. That it just puts stress.
What tournament?
The Europa League, because you play on Thursday, then you don't even rest enough. Then you play on and
sometimes you play Thursday and then Saturday.
Yeah, then you're traveling to like
who knows where.
You're going to like
Ukraine.
Exactly, like some
like,
weird country.
It's like driving all the way.
Some war torn country. Oh my days!
It's like driving all the way to El Paso today. And you come back the next day and write an exam. It's like your body's not even ready.
And it's not like you're just going back to like a farmer's. You're going back to the EPL.
Yeah, you're going back to EPL to meet, good teams.
Yeah.
I feel like the Europa League this year, we should use it to like bleed our youngsters because we have a lot.
That's what Chelsea did. So
we have a lot that are.
There's a lot of talented young players that need to start playing.
You've not even like need to start playing, but they at least need to like see if you could start playing, like see what your talent really is. Yeah, because I mean, what you can do all that in under 21 stuff, but let's see what you do against like all these big boys per se.
Because you can look at it like two ways. If, for example, like Joe Willock, I think he's had a great preseason. So if he plays in the Europa League and he keeps playing well and improving, then okay, now you're in the first team,
or at least try one EPL come as a sub in the EPL team.
Or if a youngster's doing bad in the Europa League, then we're like, okay, well now we know that he's not good enough, so let's sell him.
Exactly.
So it like with the youngsters at Arsenal, there's no way we're gonna find out if they're good or not if we don't play them. Yeah. And like you said, them playing in the under 23s doesn't help because they're better than all those guys.
Yeah. Because I mean, this is literally what Chelsea had to go through is because like Hudson-Odoi and like Loftus-Cheek are like some of our best players now, but we would have never really taken that chance if we didn't even have the chance to even take that risk on them.
The same Chelsea that had De Bruyne, Lukaku.
That's different.
Bro, you got.
But you already know we will also be saying that if Pogba got sold because of Mourinho, we already know Mourinho is a very tough guy. If he doesn't like you, he's not gonna like you. So just like how Pogba was almost sold because of Mourinho, that's the same reason why. Was it Salah was gone under him, right?
Salah,
Coutinho, not Coutinho. Kevin De Bruyne is actually the one that makes me upset because Kevin De Bruyne is like my favorite player in EPL. Now that Hazard's not there, I love like if I could choose how I want to play in soccer for real, it would be him. Like I just love that.
That guy's a beast, man.
And it's funny how like he's not even that fast, but he gets to where he needs to be. His passes are phenomenal. He can shoot from anywhere. And we somehow lost him when he was 16. Yeah. So imagine what you've been doing with us since he was 16. Oh my God.
Yeah, those young players. At the very least, too, like even if you have a nice young player like Gnabry, I really don't. I used to love when Gnabry was playing for us, but like they never really gave him a chance.
It was the black guy that was like 18 that he came in.
That's cooking in Bayern Munich now, and it's like we had the chance with him. I remember a few weeks ago, Bellerin like quoted what the West Brom manager said that. He's not a big team player.
Who's not Bellerin's not a big team player.
Gnabry, when he was on loan from Arsenal to West Brom, he was like, oh, he's not a big team player. Now look at him. He's probably going to be the face of German football with Leroy Sané. So we have so many young players. I know Leroy Sané. That's another person. Well, we have so many young players that either we can get, start increasing their value right now because realistically speaking, you can't really play everyone. During like all the 38 games in the season, you don't really know who to trust because the EPL is not a league like recently like I haven't seen any EPL games apart from like maybe City where they just go out and score like 4 goals in like 20 minutes. The games are usually like neck and neck till
they do it against Chelsea, right?
Exactly, or even against us too. When Aguero scored a hat trick against Arsenal the next week scored a hat trick against Chelsea. Like how wouldn't they win the league?
I don't.
Those guys need to be stopped, man.
But they need revenge after us beating them. Like guys, it was just we should have won that game, but it's just like nobody expected that for us to beat them, especially like the fact that we let them leave without scoring a goal. So they were like, all right, next time.
Those guys came to eat. Well, because Man City right now is starting to have similarities to the Warriors. Like they're the team to be stopped. And
unfortunately, they still can't win Champions League though.
I mean, that's mostly because of Pep, man. That first game against Spurs, like, why he didn't start Aguero, I really don't know.
Wait, what was it? Was it that? I mean, wasn't that the game that he brought Kevin De Bruyne in late?
Yeah,
like he had the 89th minute.
He also left Sané on the bench.
He had to fit Aguero, De Bruyne, and Sané,
and they brought them in late. Yeah.
And I think he was trying to settle for a draw because it was
it was at Tottenham.
It was at Tottenham.
Yeah.
I mean that.
I mean, granted, they would have qualified by half a foot,
if not VAR.
half a foot.
It was VAR.
They're in the other. They keep going, and they probably go play Liverpool in the final.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy that VAR is now, because we're even Liverpool too. Very fraudulent team. How many penalties did they give them last season? I'm happy that VAR is here,
but
to right all the wrongs that have been done in this league.
I want to get to VAR a little bit later. Just to finish on the Emery thing, I think it's another reason why I'm mad that Sarri had to go, because Sarri was basically in the same situation as Emery, except. Is that your phone?
It's not mine.
That's definitely your phone.
It's not mine. Mine's right here.
It just started playing music. Okay. It's just like Sarri literally was given a team that he didn't get to pick, but he still won Europa and ended up top 3. And we got to the Carabao Cup final. It's stuff like that. It's like, why are we complaining about coach? And okay, I'll talk about the whole coach thing next week because Melvin will be here, so I'll have another Chelsea fan. I just don't understand see the kind of grace that Arsenal gave to Emery. Granted, Arsenal has gone through too much stress. They're gonna take whatever they can get after the whole Wenger thing. It's just like, what are we complaining about when you go to 2 finals, you win one of them, and then you end up top 3?
I mean, bro, I don't want to be a hater, but that top 3 was very it was a very sketchy top 3 for you guys.
How's it very sketchy top 3?
You guys weren't supposed to be there, to be honest.
Okay, did you guys end up top 3?
I mean, now I'm saying I don't want to be a hater, but you know that I wouldn't call that an earned top 3. You guys should have at least been 4th. It came down to the last few games.
The last 3 games.
Literally the last game.
But you guys also fought your last 2 games.
We fumbled everything.
So we did what we had to do. You know.
But I mean, that whole situation there.
I understand. The cards definitely fell in our favor, to say the least. United all of a sudden, literally just the end of the season was just a complete disaster.
Yeah, after the way they played towards. I remember when they beat PSG, everyone was like, "Oh, Rashford better than Mbappe."
I mean, let's be honest. That game, PSG really didn't even want to play that game, and those 3 nonsense goals, it wasn't like they really just outplayed them. Let's be honest.
United. One day I would want to use a United fans' tears to eat cereal.
No,
because I hate. There's no team I hate more than Man.
I think United are the villains. Well, I think people also say Chelsea are the villains of the EPL. But I think
United, man. You guys haven't done that. People haven't done as much sin as United.
Mm-hmm. At least we win. They don't win. They've struggled to win outside of Ferguson. So we at least win and talk. You can't talk and not win.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Ferguson was just the only good thing that happened to that whole team. Because I don't know how he took some of the most bang average players
for real
and won
Champions League twice.
That guy is probably the Phil Jackson of because he all he needs is one good player. He said, "Give me one good player and 10 blocks of wood, and I'll go get you a trophy." Took guys like Darren Gibson, Chris Eagles,
Park Ju-sung or whatever.
Yeah, Park Ju-sung. 2 guys like that.
Anderson?
Yes.
The chubby Brazilian. Yeah. 2 guys like Anderson and was doing things. So it's after Fergie, now I just look at United fans and how they haven't seen their team do so well. And I mean, I've always saying it, man. If we need to lose a game so Man U can get relegated, bro, I don't even mind going to relegation with them because I hate that team.
Okay, I feel you. I want to talk about VAR a little bit. Me personally, I'm not a fan, mostly just because of they haven't perfected how to use it. I think it's cool that you want to perfect the game of soccer, which literally since the beginning of time has been built on imperfectness. Literally, like there's so many missed calls, but I think we as a fan base, we've just accepted that missed calls happen. No. So it's kind of a big change that you want to make it perfect. It's just the fact that like sometimes it'll be 3 minutes of stopped play because of VAR.
I mean, yeah, but like, see, as a faithful black man in America, there's nothing I love more than transparency. Like, if it's gonna take 3 minutes to get the right call, because at the end of the day, it's like there's so many. 2010 World Cup, the Lampard,
but they're still gonna lose that game though. But
I mean, stuff like that.
But that was goal like technology, not VAR.
But yeah, like that's one of the things, like stuff like that, where even with City and Spurs last season, even off of VAR, maybe they would have ended up winning the Champions League. And at the end of the day, if you want, I feel like in sports, like I'm a big fan of like sportsmanship. Like if I'm gonna lose, let me lose. I don't want to cheat my way to win. Mm-hmm. That's why I support VAR, because if something if it should be an offside or shouldn't be a goal, like let it be.
I don't mind. Offside's not the one I don't care for. I think it's more fouls in the penalty box. Is it a handball? When you slow down the
it always looks
video,
worse.
It's obviously going to look bad. It's going to look like somebody obviously purposely did that. Like there was many. I think it was really one day Champions League ball. It was one with Porto, and I believe that was the other game that I think United played PSG. That was also another VAR. And I'm just like, when you slow it down, obviously it's going to look bad. But like in fast motion, you may have really just tripped over my foot. It's like little things like that where like I feel like we haven't perfected VAR per se, that I feel like we can still take a few more years without it, or maybe just one more year without it. Let it still be in Champions League. I mean, World Cup is always like the testing ground for everything, which I really don't mind. I mean, World Cup at the end of the day, like there's really no implications of the World Cup. World Cup is really just a fun thing that everybody does. Yeah, there's money in it, but it's really just a fun thing. So it's not Champions League, it's not EPL. So I don't mind testing it there, but now you're bringing it to the EPL. It's like, bro, like.
And that's because the EPL is doing it differently than like the other leagues.
It?
Well, because like with VAR, I think it's funny how like the MLS probably does VAR the best.
Nobody watches the MLS.
Exactly, but like
I have no idea.
But like no one,
but
like no one watches it obviously. But I know like in the Premier League next year, the referees aren't gonna go to like the screen. Mm-hmm. There's just gonna be a VAR official like in the booth or whatever that'll be like, oh yeah, that was a penalty, or oh that was a red card,
I feel
or
like that's
whatever.
Just like how it is in the NBA. Like they should have refs watching over the matches. Where like I understand like the whole. They go over there and it's like 3 minutes of no play time. I mean, as a player, some players would just probably zone out. The next thing you know, like they're out of the game.
Personally, I'd rather them go to the screen because now you're letting somebody else dictate your game.
Yeah. So where, as an official, if like I wasn't the one making that call, that takes away my credibility.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So if like you go back and you're like, I wouldn't have called that.
Yeah.
You basically are like, well, I had no like say in that.
Right. Obviously, like offsides is different.
I don't mind offsides. Offsides, VAR, VAR that. Yeah. It's the fouls, it's the handballs, like things like that. I'm like, you don't really need VAR for that. I think it should be up to your interpretation in that moment.
And they're changing the handball rule too.
What are they changing it to?
That it doesn't matter if it's
silhouette or what is it?
Yeah, that's the definition they're using. So basically, it doesn't matter if because it used to be like if there's an intention. Yeah. But that's out the window. If it's not because like in your shoulders and it hits your hand, it's a handball.
Yeah, because the one against PSG where
it was Kimpembe, I think.
Yeah, United PSG where that wasn't a handball.
It wasn't. It
wasn't a handball.
He was turning around to have it not hit his hand, and it just happened to hit his hand.
That's why United. I don't know. I feel even with no matter how they want to be transparent, I still feel United has something on
Di Maria,
bro. Probably whoever is the president of the EPL, they probably have his nudes, man. Because I don't know how each year they get away with something major. Mm-hmm. So I mean, this year I really want them to make it efficient. Mm-hmm. Not where I don't want the EPL to start looking like the NFL.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's not like it's not where it needs to be to where it should be implemented, because I think if we're being honest, if we can be like, all right, no VAR, people would not complain. People would be like, all right, let's just keep going with the imperfect game. So if you're going to change it such drastically, it should be perfect or near perfection, in my opinion.
I mean, no matter like when they implemented it, like if they implement it now or in a couple years, I think there's always going to be a transition period. So I feel like in the long run, VAR will be a good thing, but I feel like this season there's going to be a lot of bumps in the road, especially the first couple of like VAR penalty decisions.
Calls.
We play United our first game away. I'm not ready for that.
That's on
VAR.
Monday, right?
It's on Sunday at 10:30. So I'll definitely be up at Sunday. At
You
10:30.
play United your first game?
Yeah.
Old Trafford.
Man.
Yeah. Sucks.
There's no way both teams can lose, but I'll be rooting for Chelsea that day because I really want United to. You don't know how much I hate that team.
Nah, I don't like that team. I hate you guys more, technically, because you guys are in London, so I actually hate you guys more.
No, you have to hate us.
Yeah,
more,
exactly.
But
I hate United.
United, the whole of last season, Ole at the wheel. Then we have Lingard coming to dance in the. Oh my god.
That in the Emirates, Emily Rock. Nah, you have to fight him after that. You would have to fight him after that.
Honestly, as an Arsenal fan, I hate Man U more than Tottenham. Like
I really didn't even hate Tottenham. Funny enough.
Why would you even hate Tottenham?
Funny enough, I really don't hate them. Maybe if I grew up in England, probably.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't like Tottenham, but it's because I was told not to like them.
Exactly.
But like Man United, growing up, I just hated that.
Yeah, and they were good when we were younger, so it was like, you guys
Those
are
guys
always
were
winning.
good.
And like Chelsea, our first time at Champions League final was against them, and if Drogba did not get that red card, we have 2 Champions Leagues.
Yeah, true.
Because
I mean, Terry too missed, and Anelka I think missed penalties.
Anelka missed what would have been replaced. No, because we would have won the first set if Drogba took his penalty.
Yeah.
And then we went to the now sudden death, and Anelka missed his. So if Drogba never got that red card, we have 2 Champions Leagues, at least from what we know, 2 Champions League cups.
I mean, that's how it is, bro. If Lehman didn't get that red card,
Yeah.
would I probably had 1 Champions League? Because, bro, we're 10 man down against Barcelona.
We were still playing well.
1-0. Well, that's the what if that maybe VAR can take out. Maybe Drogba wasn't supposed to get a red card.
I mean, red cards are very, like, I just think you need to understand. Red cards, you just did something that's like, all right, you need to just get out of here. And I don't think he deserved it, but it's neither here nor there. Let's transition more to, did you guys watch Community Shield?
Yeah.
I watched highlights.
You watch highlights. What this has shown is City and Liverpool is going to be a legendary matchup for the foreseeable future.
They'll be neck and neck, man.
For the foreseeable future. Like,
it's Warriors and Cavs.
Nah. Because these teams are actually even.
Lakers and Celtics, maybe.
Lakers, Celtics in the 80s, yeah. Maybe Rockets, Warriors last season. Not this past season, but the season before that. Because
they didn't even get started with the Rockets, man.
Wait, has Liverpool beat City?
Yeah, they beat them last season.
The first time that they played against
second
them?
time. No, they tied 1-1, then they beat them 2-1.
No, City won the second time, right? Because I remember Sane
it was
scored.
The season before that.
So even
Champions League.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's been a while since Liverpool's like beating them, but each game, like that game that they played, was it January or December?
Yeah,
that last time they played,
where John Stones had that goal line.
Oh my!
That game was too good.
That was probably my favorite game of the whole season. Like, it was so intense, and that was the first time I saw like City like playing at their peak. Because like they had to play at that peak. That was the game that I realized that Bernardo Silva is just like, he's really becoming like one of those like great players.
The guy is just a machine.
Yeah,
he doesn't get tired.
I think he's covered like five kilometers, something impossible that game.
They usually drug test him after every game because what that guy does isn't normal. Yeah. The way he puts in so much work. He doesn't look like he's
tired, offense and defense, which is very, very rare in today's game. So I mean, going forward to this season, they're literally going to hype up Liverpool, City, both of those games. Another
thing too with Liverpool is the first half it looked like they were gonna get smoked. Yeah. Then the second half they come out and it's like that's like championship material. Yeah. Like even if you're not playing well, you come out and like look at Salah. I think he hit the bar like twice or once. And like there
was a goal line save by Walker.
But like the whole game just picked up again because the first half was all City. Like those guys would just run. I'm like, man, this season, this is what we're gonna see all season. But then they come out again and it's like.
And that shows that both teams still have their weaknesses, which I like to see. I don't like seeing perfect teams. I would like to see Liverpool lose to somebody that's not City this season.
Yeah,
I would like to see a surprise. Tottenham beat them. Chelsea beat them.
Yeah.
Arsenal not gonna beat them. United's not gonna beat them. But I know Chelsea and Tottenham can still surprise them.
Bro, see this whole Chelsea agenda. You guys have lost Hazard.
It's called Chelsea Rules Everything Around Me podcast. What do you think I'm gonna say?
Like, you guys have lost Hazard. I need to be here when Melvin comes because I want to see his face. You guys have lost Hazard.
He'll be here next week. Next
you know
week
what it means to lose the only player that made you guys relevant last season.
But that's also that's it could be a good or a bad thing because we depend on Hazard and he's always performed for us majority of the time at least. But now it could be a good thing because now we actually need to depend on everybody. So now we may actually be playing better as a team now. Instead of just giving the ball to Hazard.
Hazard depended on everybody.
No, exactly. When he did that, he was disappointed. So when he took matters in his own hands, things were happening. So, and the thing is, what's actually very interesting is him and Real aren't getting along right now.
I mean, they say he's out of shape.
but you don't say that if he's performing. You only start saying that because they're losing preseason games or doing this and that.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just preseason.
Like, and this is preseason.
I remember a preseason that Yaya Sanogo scored 4 goals. And I remember I was still in high school. I was like, man, if we don't win the league, change my name. Literally, if we don't win this with Sanogo starting, because we just lost Van Persie then. Sanogo scored 4. He scored a perfect hat-trick. Right leg, left leg, head, and bicycle kick. But it's just preseason. Mm-hmm. Like, no, I don't think anybody really takes it that serious. Yeah. So it's when the actual season starts. Mm-hmm. I still think Hazard. I was always saying that guy is the best. He was the best player last season
in the EPL.
Like the kind of stuff he does, the way he can just put the whole team on his back and play.
Like watching him play against you guys, I was looking at him like, look how you're really the best player.
Look how he makes every. That's why I think Messi too is the best player in the world because he makes everyone around him look good.
He truly does. People say about LeBron, I don't think he does.
No, bro, LeBron. I mean,
he doesn't truly. But Hazard and Messi definitely.
I know I'm a LeBron hater, but LeBron to an extent makes
to an extent, but not to as much as people give him credit for. People make it seem like he's like Magic Johnson. No, he's not. He's not. He gives you the ball, but he's not. Kyrie Irving was already that good already without LeBron James. Kevin Love only got worse when he got to the Cavs. That's neither here nor there. I guess back to the whole Liverpool City. That matchup is going to be something I would love to see, and hopefully they play against each other in Champions League again, because that first year 2 seasons ago that they played was, Liverpool just outclassed them both times. I know now Pep is not gonna let that happen, so I really want to. I don't mind seeing them play against each other 4 times in a row.
Yeah, I would watch that game anytime in the season. Because those 2 teams, they're the 2 best teams right now. So
they're on another level from everyone else.
No, definitely. Okay, so talking about where do you guys see, if you could rank your top 6 right now, where 1 through 6, what would your 1 through 6 be? Me, I'll start so you guys can keep thinking. I low-key don't even have United in 6. I have any other team except United in 6. I really think they're going to be terrible this season because they didn't get anybody. And they have the same coach.
They just signed Maguire.
Oh, sorry, Maguire. Sorry,
yeah,
that just happened.
For 85.
I have Chelsea in my 6. Bro, it's no hit on the podcast or anything. But
you don't believe that.
Because you guys have lost Hazard, man. Do you know what it means to lose Hazard?
You don't believe that. You don't believe that. I don't think you believe that. The only qualms I have this season with losing Hazard is giving Willian number 10. Why?
That dude too.
Number 10.
He's another bomb as well, man. Willian.
Man. Okay, so I don't even have United in the top 6. I have Arsenal 5, Tottenham 3. Sorry. Arsenal 4, Tottenham 3. Wait, no. Sorry. Arsenal 5, Tottenham 4, Chelsea 3, and I have Liverpool winning this season.
Okay.
And then City 2nd.
For mine, funny enough, I have either Everton or Chelsea 6. I feel like it'll be both of them because they got more skin now. That guy,
he has something to prove.
He has something to prove, and I feel he will flourish in the EPL just of his style of play. And I have United 5. I have Spurs 4.
Wait, you really have United over us?
Really, just go Maguire.
That's all.
Really, but
They have Ashley Young as their captain.
bro, I mean, actually,
He's not gonna play though because
Wait,
they got
he's-
Wan-Bissaka.
They have Wan-Bissaka. I even forgot about Wan-Bissaka.
Bro,
Really, they have
Relax.
Wan-Bissaka,
Bro,
Maguire.
relax,
Then they have
relax,
De Gea. Really, defensively, that's
that's
three.
but who's their right back?
Wan-Bissaka.
Sorry,
Yeah.
who's their sorry. Luke Shaw
Yeah.
actually played very well last season. But who's their second center back? Smalling.
Yeah, bro,
Probably
they have
Lindelof.
Smalling, they have Lindelof.
Sorry, let me show it to the camera.
They
Phil-
have Lindelof.
thumbs
Phil
down.
Jones, the goat.
They still have Phil
Thumbs
Jones.
down. Did you see that video of like they were like Phil Jones doing masterclass dribbles? And
I
he
saw
did-
it,
He
bro.
just trips over the ball.
I was like,
They were
yeah.
They're like Phil Jones taught Ronaldinho how to dribble, man. Well, I have them fifth, Spurs fourth, us third, Liverpool second, and I mean, bro, I've always been a Pep fan since Barcelona. And that guy, he just knows how to win leagues. I don't know how he does it. And last season proved it because Liverpool should have won that league. They only lost 3 games.
Yeah, they
And
had a,
Was it 3 or 2?
Yeah, 3 or 2 games. I mean, they lost like
they had a 10-point lead at Christmas.
Yeah,
and
but
Pep still won it.
that all
So,
changed when they lost to City.
I still give
Exactly.
it to Pep, man. Pep, realistically speaking, he looks like he can win this 3 times in a row. So that's my top 6.
Mm-hmm. I think City will definitely win again. Pep's a maniac, and he just has winning mentality, and he just knows how to get it out of their players. Liverpool just always seem to fall short, and I think they probably will again. Third place, I think Tottenham. I hate to say it, obviously, but they're pretty solid.
If they get Dybala,
If they somehow get Dybala, which I don't think will happen.
and they're saying Coutinho's going to Arsenal
No.
on loan, or they already canceled that.
Now
already.
it's Spurs that he said they were like
You don't even-
Pochettino called.
Yeah.
Coutinho
I wouldn't want Coutinho
during the
anyways.
day.
Why not?
Because they're saying that we'd have to pay $30 million to loan him in.
Oh,
It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't
why?
know if we're
You
gonna
might as
pay
well buy
for-
somebody.
Yeah, and
When
where's he gonna fit when we have Lacazette,
be your
Aubameyang?
cam.
Bro,
He
he'll
could
be our
be the
cam, bro.
cam. The
Yeah,
cam
but
that
then
you guys missed.
we have Ozil, Mkhitaryan who sit on the
Bro,
bench.
you have Coutinho,
and,
Ozil. Who are you gonna pick to start?
well, I know we're gonna pick Coutinho, but then we have Ozil, Mkhitaryan that sit on the bench and they're getting paid a bunch of money. So I don't think it'd be a good idea to get Coutinho. Fourth place, I think it's between Arsenal and Chelsea. I think Arsenal and Chelsea will be 4 and 5. I don't really know which one. I think it'd be very difficult for Arsenal to get top 4 if they don't sign a center back. I just don't see it happening with our defense because yes, we have a very exciting front 3, but they're not gonna they're gonna have bad
They can't
games.
defend.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't expect them to score every game.
Right. Even though Aubameyang scored 22 goals last season, like you said, he did miss chances.
He missed a lot of chances.
And
That's what makes me.
that stuff's gonna happen.
That's kind of what makes me feel confident this year. Is like we have another scoring option. It's just we just need to outscore everyone.
Yeah,
It's
but
sad.
But that's a dangerous mentality to go.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
that's the Rockets
I mean,
mentality.
yeah, that's
And
the
how far
Mike
did they?
D'Antoni- that's the
But how
Mike
far did they
D'Antoni.
go with that?
But then you can hang with the big boys until you solve your
You can.
problems.
You can hang with the big boys till you miss 27 threes in a row.
I mean, yeah, but at least you hung with the big boys.
I mean,
no one remembers those that didn't hang. At least history will go down that the Rockets hung for a while before.
The history also say the Warriors won that year though.
But not everyone can be a winner.
yeah.
Like-
Well,
But I mean, I know Arsenal. You guys want to win. You guys need to win.
Yeah, this season we just need to hang. Like I don't see us winning the league this
no,
season.
not
So
even
realistically, like we just need to.
You just
hang.
want to give your respect back. Is what.
Yeah, we just need to hang and like. I don't even want a top 4, bro. I want top 3 finish. I want us to be
close.
third this
No,
season.
there's no way.
Like we just need to score and keep scoring.
Third is gonna be tough with
Yeah,
Tottenham.
yeah, it's gonna be tough
with
if-
Tottenham, and I think Poach is honestly the most underrated
Yeah,
coach
man,
right now.
man,
He
you.
always chokes.
Nah, man, you
How does
really.
he really choke?
He hasn't won anything at Tottenham. He hasn't won a single trophy.
Who is he
Then
going
again,
up
like-
against?
I'm just saying he has.
And they don't give him money to buy players. That's why
Exactly.
United. I don't know why they signed Soja. Like Pochettino United would have been.
Yeah, no,
I don't know how why
because they will give him the money. United is ready. People just want to play for United already.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's Old Trafford. It would have been such a perfect fit.
I think they were just happy with how Ole
Well,
won
well,
against
well,
PSG and all
well,
that.
they Ole had like that 5-game like streak, and all of a sudden he was like the next Pep. So like, all right, well I guess
Yeah, let's keep him. That was a big mistake.
terrible mistake
They should have at least waited to the end of the season.
because
Fuck
it's
that.
like right after they signed him, everything went downhill.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Sixth place. I mean, I would want to say United, but again, there's teams like Everton that have spent a lot of money. There's teams like Wolves. who they spent a lot of money last year, and they're only going to get better. There's Leicester, who I think are really solid.
Wait, and Wolves still has Navas as their coach, right?
Yeah.
So he was already one of the coach of the year prospects. Already.
And they didn't lose any players too.
No.
So
but the thing with Wolves is they're gonna be in the Europa League next year. So
I think they might be like Burnley, because Burnley
Burnley.
were really good. Then they got to Europa League and like.
I mean, but it's not even like that they got bad. It's like you're not used to dealing with that many games and traveling. They're not even used to traveling outside of England. So now the fact that you're telling me I have to go get a passport or something, like actually, it's different for them.
You have to go to Israel, then come back to England.
So it's gonna be a different change of pace for them, which I know that's gonna be definitely one of the growing pace. So I'm not even gonna rate them to even be that high, because at least for what history has taught us, it's tough when you're these small teams having to finally play like international play.
Yeah.
Or European play.
So I really think Everton and Leicester
I think Everton's
can challenge for that top 6.
They have a good team that would just be floating around top 6. I don't know if they'll be able to make it, but they'll compete.
Most definitely. Is that all soccer? Well, that's all Arsenal, because I have a lot to say about Chelsea and everybody else.
Bro.
But it's okay.
Watch out for Iwobi this season.
Stop it.
Stop it. You know he just changed his name from Alex to Lionel Iwobi.
Did he really?
Yeah, bro. That's what the fans call him now. Lionel Iwobi.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you were actually being serious.
Bro, Iwobi is good. You saw what he did.
What are you doing with Nigeria?
Bro, come on.
When we need him against Algeria,
they made it to the semis, right? Nigeria.
Yeah, we got to the semis.
And what did he do against Algeria?
Bro, come on. He has Igalo in front of him.
Stop it.
If anything, bro, he has Igalo in front of him.
You play in Arsenal. You should be the grandfather of that whole team. You
Bro.
play actual. Not only you play EPL ball, you play for a top 5 team.
Bro, come on. He had Igalo in front of him. What more could he do? Because one thing with Iwobi, and I saw this tweet like last year, dude, like Iwobi shoots like a feminist. I don't know what that meant, but
it makes sense.
He can't finish.
Yeah.
Like Iwobi can't finish.
And you're wearing number 10.
But he's not being a number 10 doesn't necessarily mean you must know how to finish. Like a number 10 is like he's the person that orchestrates. He can move with the ball.
He's
it's
very
just
direct.
Sometimes like his brain gets dead when he's in there, and like he dribbles so much that I don't think he knows what he wants to do. But I've seen games where
he will dribble sometimes,
and every season he has gotten significantly better than what he was last season. So I know this season coming off the bench and also playing like FA Cups and just probably leading the other young players, like he's going to be a very good player.
I think confidence is his next big step. It's really like believing in himself.
Because even the Europa League, when he came on against Chelsea and scored that goal, I was like, yeah, maybe something is happening. But then, we know how that goes. But something like that where he can come off the bench and just be like Ramsey. Like, that's one thing that we don't really have in our team is sometimes you just need one player to come in and just inject.
Be the energizer.
Yeah, just inject, a new form of energy into the team. So I feel it will be this season. League should watch out for it. Will be this season.
I don't agree with that because of what I've seen. He's always underwhelmed me, but I mean,
come on, as a Nigerian,
who he didn't perform for, yes, I agree.
Bro, how did he perform for Nigeria?
He didn't when we needed him against, we play Algeria, right? That's who we lost to.
But you saw who was in front of him.
I don't know.
He had Igalo.
You play for Arsenal.
All Igalo did last season was eat spaghetti in China. You know how big his chest is.
And now he's retired.
And now he's retired with all the money he's making. Bro, another thing too with Nigerian players that I don't like is once they start making money, I think they forget that what is making them the money is the fact that look at Iheanacho. Did you see the goal he missed last season against City?
Nah, yeah.
That goal looked like City. Pep must have given him some money at halftime. Like, yo, bro, if you get Igalo, Iheanacho. Even me, I'm not even a striker, bro. I would that 1-on-1 because Ederson looked like he had given up. The way he eyed the post, it was like, then how wide the ball went now. So when you have guys right in front of you, man, it's hard if you don't have a traditional number 9 that can just score.
Is he gonna play for Arsenal this season? Where's he gonna play?
It will be.
Where's he gonna play?
Bro, he's gonna come off the bench. He's not gonna start, but he's gonna come off the bench. Try like games where like. If Aubameyang isn't playing too well, you can always put him in or Ozil. He's just gonna come in and do what he does, not make a few people give an assist. Bro, that's the Nigerian boy right there, and he's going to shine. I think this is breakout season this year because Iwobi honestly should be better than Dele Alli, but that's debate for another day. I feel like if we played Iwobi more than when he
played
first
a lot
came.
last season.
I mean, but not like significant. Like it's not like he was the player you would see every game. Like sometimes Emery would put him in 88 minute, or sometimes start him then take him out like early.
Yeah.
And Emery started doing this thing where halftime he just subs. He did like 3 subs halftime. It's like, bros, how far? Like when?
Well, last season was
how
just
many players at that point. So
last season was just dumb too because we were playing 3 at the back or 5 at the back, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, literally we'd either play a front 3 with like Iwobi and Mkhitaryan as the wingers, or we'd play a front 2 with Lacazette and Aubameyang. But I mean, that formation is so stupid.
Bro. Do you hear that? Iwobi Mkhitaryan. Fuck that Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan is so bad.
I wish England too would give him that ban that Baku would give him, because that guy is horrible. Like for all the United fans that were going to listen to this, man,
they have like
you guys should take him back.
They have like the gay pride flag as their like flag, right? It looks like it at least. Like it's
Armenia.
Yeah.
Oh,
doesn't have like the 3. It looks like if it was 3 like 2 more lines of color, it would literally be the pride flag.
Mkhitaryan should.
He's so bad. Against Barcelona on Sunday, literally his first touch was like a brick wall. He could not control a pass at all.
Once you get FIFA 20 and go into the career, you just release him. Pay him and release him. So you don't even need to sell him. Like how much money realistically? And bro, you look at him, his hairline is receding. The guy just look like age is on the wrong side of him. But I don't even want to talk about Mkhitaryan. Just take his number, give it to Iwobi. Like imagine Iwobi Pepe, pace and technicality of Iwobi. Bro, the thing with him is that I feel people don't know how good he is, because I mean other people like he doesn't really. I don't think he has really shown us how good he. Because I've seen games where if you can just get a little bit stronger and know how to shoot, Iwobi shoots like he's passing.
Yeah.
The only time I've seen him hit the ball well was against Chelsea. And that
was
day,
the first game of the season.
And that day, we didn't even need the goal apparently, because Hazard was not done with us. Like Hazard just used us to end.
Literally used you guys as a goodbye tour.
Exactly.
Literally ended on 2 goals and assists.
What he did is what Melo is craving to do in the NBA, man. He wants to go out with the ball. So that game, I mean, it happened, but it will be. I think it will be this year for us, and it will be Guendouzi and Edin Ketia.
He's probably gonna go on loan though.
I don't want us to loan him. He did good even when he came on against you guys in Europa League, but it will be Guendouzi. And I don't know why Emery has so much faith in Guendouzi. Then again, it might be something he sees in training that we don't see.
Yeah.
But it will be Guendouzi and Ketia going to ball. The person I need to play well this season is Mustafi, because apparently it looks like we're going to keep Mustafi.
Well, we have to now because we lost Koscielny, which is so stupid.
Bro, once you post this, I'm going to tag Mustafi on this. I'm going to add Mustafi on Twitter. Please, he needs to play well, because on Bleacher Report they had this like the top 6 teams and like all the defenders. I looked at Arsenal, I'm like, bro, so Mustafi's head is in the middle. That means he's probably the anchor of our defense.
Unfortunately,
no. Like you look at other teams, you look at teams that have Van Dijk, teams that have Laporte, Alderweireld, Vertonghen. Look at Mustafi. Like you can't, no. I've never seen a team that won a league with bad defense. But since we're not trying to win the league, we need him to play well. Socrates was so good for us last season. When Rob Holding comes back, and we have this Greece player, Mavropanos.
He's always injured.
Yeah, he's always injured, but I think he's healthy now. I think we're also trying to sell Jenkinson, so yeah, that would be. I think Callum Chambers too is also, he's back on loan.
Oh, sorry.
So I mean, calling all these players, I didn't even know we had so many players, and
I still don't think you guys will be. You're not gonna outplay us in EPL, but it's okay.
Come on, man. Hazard is gone. Outside Hazard, who?
It's okay. We'll play as a team. It's okay. Look, I'm not even gonna talk about it no more. We'll just show you guys in 38 games.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Exactly. We can talk about this all we want,
because it's not me that is playing.
Abby.
So, but I know definitely don't have Mustafi on your FPL, because that guy he's the definition of Murphy's Law, man. Anything that's going to go bad is good with him is going to happen.
Yeah.
But Leno too, I don't forget about Leno. Leno is going to be good this season, because last season I really don't know why we allowed Czech to play that final.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the first 2 goals were very savable.
For sure.
Nothing against Hazard and Pedro, but they were very savable goals. But I mean, yeah, good riddance to bad nonsense.
And now he came to Chelsea, so it didn't.
And
look
that's
right.
the other thing, because before that final, there were rumors that Czech was gonna go back to Chelsea as like a director or whatever, and it was like, why the hell are we
doing?
doing?
He already pledged allegiance.
Yeah.
He already pledged allegiance.
It didn't look right, but I'm not complaining.
It didn't look right. It didn't feel right. It's his Mickey Mouse head. He just came out and conceded how many goals. But these guys are lucky I'm not the one on the board of directors, because there are a lot of players where like, it's not like in the NBA where everybody has a salary cap. I mean, now they're trying to do this whole financial fair play stuff where it's like, okay, teams can't spend this amount of money. But in soccer, it's like, if you have the money, you can spend it. When the Botman City, the Saudi guy literally gave his own money to the team to buy players. So it's like, you have so many dead weights. If you can't sell them, just release them. Make space, clear their salary, because there are a lot of other people that can play. But I think with this team, comfortably, if Spurs get Dybala, hopefully not. Hopefully something happens. They don't get if they get Dybala, then it's.
I don't think they will.
I'll be like, okay, we might finish 4th. But right now, 3rd position. That's my prediction. Nothing lower than 4th position for us. Like we're probably going to be in chance by next year.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I really don't care about Arsenal. You guys aren't going to do anything. But it's okay. It's going to be cute. It will be cute this season. You guys will probably win Europa. Unless United wants to surprise you guys, or somebody else wants to surprise you guys, but at least I know Tottenham or Chelsea, and we're not gonna let you just roll over us and just like get it like that.
But I mean, London is still red though.
Huh?
You know that
we literally the last game of the season was you guys playing us, and you lost in that fashion.
Well, come on, but look at the team you played.
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't get it. What's your point?
No, you don't need to understand this, but London is still red.
No, London's very blue. London's been blue for a while, actually.
Come on.
London's probably been blue since 2010. Literally, if we're being honest, this whole decade we're the most winning team.
I mean, that's what all money can do. But we're not saying people haven't won things. But London is still red. Like, historically speaking, London is still Arsenal's.
Okay, until you guys bring a Champions League to London, then maybe.
Bro, have you guys gone invincible?
Really? In 2003, 2004?
But it still happened.
Come on, now it's 15 years ago.
But it still happened.
Stop the cap, bro.
It still happens, bro.
What we doing here?
It still happens, bro. You can't change history, and this is not like American history that's full of lies. This is history that we saw. So like,
it's just like calling Cowboys America's team. They're not America's team anymore.
I mean, but like,
Patriots. They're literally called the Patriots.
But that I'm talking about historically. I mean, if you're doing it right now, like new age, like new people watching NFL will be like, okay, the Patriots. Like anyone that says like, should I support the team right now? You'd be like the Patriots. Just like anyone telling me that you're a Man City supporter. That means you probably just started watching soccer today.
Like Jordan.
It's just like somebody saying like Manchester is blue.
But that's different. That's different. They just got in the picture. They literally just got into the picture. Chelsea's been in the picture for a while.
But you guys
but the difference is United at least still in the picture. You guys are not. You guys barely.
Come on.
You guys barely are in the picture.
So you would rank in like London teams. You would rank. Obviously, I know you rank Chelsea,
Tottenham, Arsenal.
Tottenham's above us?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No. Nah, they haven't won a trophy in 12 years.
They haven't won a trophy since their fans supported them. Like I don't know any Spurs fan that has. When Ephraim calls me, ask him if he has ever seen his team, except in FIFA, lift the trophy. I'm not even sure he has seen it in FIFA. They haven't. So me, I would rank Arsenal. Obviously, Chelsea, they've been very good, but that's because they have an owner that does what it takes to win.
Arnold doesn't give a crap, bro. He's
giving
y'all so much money.
He's giving you guys so much money.
We literally complain about not getting enough players.
That's because y'all should have.
I mean, that's just recently, bro. Like if we had the kind of Kroenke was as
gave a shit,
bro. Kroenke only cares about the Nuggets and the Rams.
Yeah,
like he really doesn't care about Arsenal. If we have someone like Abramovich that after every season you have to evaluate like what is going on. Even I don't know if it was Ancelotti that made it to the Champions League final and got fired the next day.
Yeah,
That's the kind of manager I need. Someone that's the kind of owner I need.
But he also has no loyalty. That's what I'm scared with Frank Lampard. I don't want him to just be fired.
I think you've been watching sports for like 15 years now. Maybe.
15, I'll say
15 to 16 years.
I'll say since 2006. So 13 years.
And you know loyalty is just a word in the dictionary.
It's
like
true.
In sports, there's no loyalty. If the worst is in the NBA, man, someone was traded mid-game. Dude was sitting on the bench and got traded.
But granted, they told him before the game that you're probably gonna be traded.
But
he said I still want to play.
But dude didn't even wait till after the game.
And that dude still ended up with a $90 million contract.
But I mean, yeah, that's just sports in general. But look at Bill too. It's like Bill would literally, when he first started playing at Madrid, you could see how much he wanted to be part of that team. And now look at how they just one day is like
the best ability is availability, and that's the one thing he's struggled with.
But Bill is still a really good player
when he plays.
At least give him that respect.
I know. I mean, and that's true. That's very true.
Like at least just give. There are some players where like if they should like, there's some players that have earned the respect. Like Bill has earned that respect. So to see him the way he's treated is like, you really know in football there's no loyalty. Mm-hmm. So when Arsenal does this loyalty thing with Ozil, I'm like, yeah, I mean, after every game, he goes on Twitter, he's like, yeah, Gunners, yeah, puts his hand like this. I mean, I get, as a fan, I would retweet, I'll be happy. Whenever we lose, he comes, he apologizes. I'm like, I'll be happy, but if I was an owner, it's business. If you guys aren't performing well, that's why I didn't know why we kept Wenger for so. After the 2016, 2017, I would have got rid of Wenger because you could see that
he was just done. What
he started doing was he started copying other teams. You know, when we beat you guys, that game in 2016 where Ozil spun Conte. Yeah. And next thing you know, you guys started doing that 3-4-3 formation. Then
yeah, we're the reason you won the league that year.
I know, right?
Really? Yeah. That's what you want to say.
I know, right? Maybe you guys after that game, the next thing you know, Wenger started copying Chelsea tactics. Like Wenger just looked like he didn't know what to do, so he started copying because the style he brought in is outdated. You know, the whole 4-4-2 stuff, and like right now, no one even plays that formation anymore. No, so he was just an old man, you know, dancing with youths everywhere. Well, with Emery now, it's like, that's why when people say, you know, what Emery's tactics, I honestly don't know. I really can't tell you what style of play he plays.
He's very adaptive.
Because every game, it looks like we're doing something different. You know, one game we're passing out the back. Another game, Xhaka is the one doing all the passing. Another game, we're just literally just playing Aubameyang through the wing. And it's like, you know, it's something different. So it's kind of good we don't have an identity, but sooner or later, like, we need to know. Yeah. Just like how City is all possession. Like, if you can, the first thing to beating City is to get possession from them, because that's how they win games. They just keep passing until next thing you know, they've scored like 6 goals. With Liverpool, the
high press.
Bro,
you're not gonna keep that ball for long.
Me, I'm Nigerian. What the Nigerians use for Liverpool is gang press. That's what they call it. They just know how to push. I don't know if the game where we lost 4-0.
5-1.
No, not 5-1. That was 2 seasons ago, where Salah outran Bellerin. Like, it was we had a corner, it was a mistake. You see how all of them they all go. Yeah. But with Arsenal, it's like sometimes we don't even counter. Like, we start a counter, then Ozil, man. Ozil runs.
Or we pass it to Xhaka and he spends 10 seconds.
Yeah, he spends 10 seconds. And
he passes it backwards.
Looking up, maybe he'll adjust his head, then he'll look down. So, like, we need to have like an identity, because small teams know how to play teams that don't really have an identity. Like, if you go to Palace, where all they do is give Zaha the ball, he's going to run through, because
all it takes is one time. Yeah.
So for Emery, I really want to see how the new guys, especially with Pepe, I want to see what he's going to do with Nicolas Pepe, because another thing too is League One players have shown to be farmers. Like, they come to look at Di Maria. They come to the EPL and they just Falcao, Di Maria. You know, there are a bunch of them. Even Depay is flourishing I remember when he came to United, they were like, he's the next Ronaldo, and the guy was just buns. Like, he was just straight buns. So it's like, you know, I'm happy we have Pepe, but
I'm keeping my expectations low with Pepe. I don't want to get too excited.
What?
You can't,
Bro,
it can't be low how much you pay
with
for
90 million, bro. Do you know what it means that Arsenal brought 90 million? We're probably not gonna sign anyone till 2026. Like we've taken out all the loans we can take from the bank, so it has to be high. Like if he doesn't perform, they have to beat him. He has to be his if he doesn't perform. But for that team, I really see us finishing third because we have the talent to do it. Come on, Adi, you don't think we have the talent to do it?
Not in defense.
Nah, we have the. It was just the
defense wins championships, man.
Defense,
Bro,
right?
attack is the best form of defense, bro.
Nah.
Me, I'm a Rockets fan, so I would take.
How far is it taking?
Yeah,
Bro, I would take someone that can score more points than someone that can defend. It's just the way I am. Like I enjoy games that are like 6-5 to games that are like 2-1. Like I want us to score. Like
see, but like the last two seasons, Wenger's last season and Emery's first, we conceded 51 goals both years. Like
but
that's
we scored more goals than Wenger's season. Like bro, we scored.
but when you look at Liverpool and City and they concede like 20 the whole year.
I mean,
like that's the difference right there.
That's champions.
But then people tend to forget that Liverpool had one of the worst defensive issues when they had Skettle playing. For
that's the thing. Like
and Lovren is basically. Lovren
he said he was the best in the world.
Lovren is probably the rich man's Mustafi. Like to be honest, Lovren is just another blunder waiting to
World
happen.
Cup, he was
like,
like, "Oh, you guys should not respect me. I was one of the best defenders." I'm like what? Get out of here.
Exactly. So it's like Lovren is they were struggling. That's why selling Coutinho was probably a good thing, because that money went into
it flipped a lot.
It flipped and went into Van Dijk and Alisson
and Shaqiri. Oh my.
I mean, I really don't rate Shaqiri.
But but he's performed for them every
time that they need him. But they got Alisson and Van Dijk, and right now it even seems defenders are more expensive than strikers because there are really not that many. Like right now in the market, the only next defender that's probably worth 90 or 80 million is Koulibaly.
Varane.
Yeah, no. Koulibaly and Varane obviously is
Varane's
not
insane.
But like Koulibaly, like I don't know why nobody wants to get him right now because he's 26 now. But Koulibaly is probably the next person that will probably be worth that money.
Also, dude that just went to Juventus.
The
little
eventually he will get there. I mean, he's young, but like all the money we have, we should go for Koulibaly. But you know, Napoli is in Champions League and they're probably a better. Although we beat them in Europa League, but I mean, he's probably in a better position in Napoli.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to leave, to be honest.
But that's why we need to sell someone and get a defender. But right now, with what we have, I think we can hang if we score goals. I think that's going to be Emery's MO.
I mean, he said it. Emery said he'd rather win 5-4 than 1-0.
He'd rather win 5-4 than 1-0. So, me and the man are on the same frequency. What I need from him is what Pep does to his players. I don't know if you have seen that documentary on Prime, All or Nothing. You need to watch that documentary where it was like in Man City the whole season. It was all of them the whole season, bro. Pep, I remember this one game where Sterling missed the wide open that he missed it against Burnley. Bro, Pep called him. They showed the video. Pep called him to the side and was like, as the fucking striker, you scored the fucking goal. Bro, he held him and was like, he was shouting. So I'm like, that's what you need to be scared. I don't know if you can call it fear, but like you need to know that if you don't play well, because I think with Wenger, even with Emery too, you can see sometimes, you know, I don't get why Ozil disrespects him a little bit sometimes. I'm like, this guy he's the manager here. Like, if he tells you to go out, That's why that whole Chelsea and Sarri stuff. After that thing Kepa did, there was no way he could stay. Like, cause there was no player in the United, like the Golden United era, that could do that to Ferguson. Like if Ferguson told you to go home, don't argue. Just go home. We're not in a democracy here. You don't get to say anything. So you need that kind of coach that can command respect from the players. So Emery needs to work on that. Like him and Ozil need to, get their head on the same page. And he also needs to tell Ozil that this is what I expect from you. And if you don't do it, that's why it's always teams like City. Why I like teams like City, Liverpool is they have so much talent that if you don't play well, then
you're on the bench.
You're on the bench. Same with like Madrid.
It's the thing like with Sané. Sané didn't perform last season. He's on the bench.
He's on the bench, and I think the Sané thing. There's something we don't know. I think he might have like bad work ethic.
Yeah.
Because that guy can play. Like I've really not seen a game where Sané. I remember when they played Chelsea. Sané was assaulting Marcos Alonso on the wing. Guy was doing nasty things. Even when we played them, I was like, God, because it was Sane and Monreal. Like, man, Monreal doesn't even know how to run. Like, Sane is such a good player, so maybe it's something he does during training, or like he just doesn't show up. I don't know. He just looks like someone that has very poor work ethic. But with Arsenal, with the talent we have, we're going to score goals, and we need to score
It's
all
okay.
the
It's like
goals
Arsenal for too
we
long.
can score.
It's okay. It's like Arsenal for too
Now,
long.
for Chelsea, man, I don't know about you guys, man.
It's okay. We'll show
After
you
Hazard,
guys. We'll show
Pedro,
you guys.
I know Pedro scored that one goal this preseason, but can he produce every night? Can William produce? This one, you already said that Ross Barkley is going to play calm
For now, until Mason Mount gets his feet under him, and then Loftus-Cheek is still coming back.
So who's going to be number 9? Giroud.
Number 9.
Like
Actually, I think we just gave Tammy Abraham number 9.
Damn.
Who do you think is going to be like your starter though? Probably.
It should be Giroud.
What it's looking like right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Tammy Abraham starts
over Giroud. Well, I mean, I can kind of see that, but I feel
because
like for like the first games, they'll give it to Giroud.
Yeah, I would. I think the safe choice will be Giroud.
Then bring him on.
But like the next, by game 3, Tammy Abraham maybe starting.
So you guys have Giroud, Abraham,
and Batshuayi.
You guys got rid of Morata
A while ago.
That guy too was another fraud.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's flourishing at Atletico.
That's the thing where you can. That's why the EPL.
He's back in Spain.
That's why I don't. Every time I meet someone that's like a Madrid fan or like a Barca fan, I'm like, I know you don't watch all your games because the league is not fun to watch.
It's not fun to watch.
Even El Clasico sometimes is boring.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say it out loud. Like El Clasico, sometimes I can watch Newcastle play Burnley than watch any like some El Clasico matches I've seen, because the league is not just interesting. But the EPL.
It's like one of the few leagues where, like, theoretically, all 20 teams could win.
Yeah, all 20 teams. The EPL is equivalent to the West in the NBA. Is like, there isn't one team that, right? I mean, apart from City a little bit, but like, you look at like the Newcastle game, I can't confidently tell you that, man, we'll smoke Newcastle. I mean, we might be favored to win.
We should, but I
look at Brighton last season. Bro, those guys just survived.
They're giving people problems, most definitely. But I think your point about the whole EPL versus La Liga thing is a very important conversation. Not important. We'll get something later. It's because I was talking to somebody and I was like, do you genuinely believe that if you bring all 20 teams versus the 20 teams in La Liga versus 20 teams in the EPL, you think La Liga teams will win? He genuinely thinks he will. But I don't think that makes any sense when the top 3 or top 4 are just so much better than everybody else, where not necessarily the 20th best team, but number 15 in the EPL can give number 3 a big problem, and you really don't see that in La Liga. There should be no reason why you should be that much ahead from every, like, it's like a top 4 and then like the 5th place team will have like 25 less points.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's too much.
Whoever said that should show me his dealer. Guys, bro, he's on something strong. Like, the thing which I don't get with people that watch La Liga is like, one thing about sports is the numbers don't lie. Like, I'm big on like analytics. Like, you see the numbers, they don't lie. Like, La Liga is the league run by just 3 teams. I mean, right now, just Atletico, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. Then maybe the 4th team might linger. Then the next team is like usually like 15 points behind.
And like it always changes.
And it shows. I mean, I know Ronaldo is probably, maybe the best goal scorer of all time, but some of the games he was having in La Liga, they were just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Games like 9-0, 8-0, and you watch some of those highlights.
But the thing is, that's how the I remember EPL games being like 8-0, 6-0 like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's how
like that no
EPL
more.
used to be.
But now there's money in
then
EPL.
It was kind of interesting because, I mean, I didn't grow up here. I grew up in Nigeria. Back home, even on TV, they only usually showed like big games, like big team games. Like, as another thing too, the EPL that makes it fun now is like the whole money and TV stuff, where like even small teams are making as much money as big teams, which is good for the competition.
Yeah.
So like each game you watch now is interesting. Like the ratings for games are, you see, NBC.
I can't wait to be typing MSNBC soccer.
Yeah,
again.
like
I miss it.
Yeah, like NBC would rather show Newcastle Burnley, I bet, than Barcelona Real Sociedad, because they know
that's true.
They know that, like, number one, they kind of make the Premier League cinematic. Now with all this, they get into like what the players are doing and the little beef with different teams. And it's also, the competition is also real. It's not as if it's made up. It's not like they're saying that, Arsenal will walk through Newcastle. They've shown that they can beat Arsenal. Like, you see, it's not Palace beat City last season. And the way they beat them, it came from nothing. So, like, that's what the league, that's how interesting the league is. So, those people that watch La Liga, I don't know what fun they derive from it. I've met some people that do watch La Liga. I'm like
for fun.
And it shows people that watch La Liga. You see them, you would know that they are not normal members of society. It really shows on their face. I would call some names, but this is my first time. Yes, let me just respect myself.
The last topic I wanted to bring up was the World Cup was last season. Last year. Yeah. And for me, it was the best World Cup I've seen. I've been really watching World Cup since 2006. Really. That was when Italy won.
Yeah, that was a Zidane headbutt.
I remember watching that game vividly. Mind you, I was like 7 years old. I remember watching that game, and then I was in Nigeria, so I had no choice but to watch 2010. Yeah, like Nigeria was literally rocking in 2010. Yeah. That's when we had the vuvuzelas and everything.
That World Cup was epic.
That was a great World Cup, like the whole Suarez thing and Ghana going far. Yakubu. That's when
the Landon Donovan goal.
That Yakubu miss.
Yeah. The Yakubu. No, you know what's crazy? Do you know about the Yakubu miss?
Do you know about the Yakubu miss?
Okay, so we were playing South Korea.
Is it 2010?
2010.
If we won this game, we were actually in competition to win out.
In your group stages?
Yeah, our group stages. So I forget who comes in on the right side. Somebody comes on the right side, does a pass across the goal. Nobody's in front of the goal. It's Yakubu and the goal. Right. It's not like he was on the side. He was in front. Like the ball could have hit him and the one that went in.
He was like 2 yards away. He was like 2 yards away from the goal.
Like the ball could have hit him and the one went in.
He didn't even need to move. Like these are the kind of goals
where he taps it and it goes out to the left. And mind you, like in Nigeria, like we like all of us don't have AC like that unless like we're like the light, like we have electricity at the time. A lot of us use generators, so like our generators can't really power AC. So our windows are open. When that goal was missed, the whole neighborhood said, "Yay!" I heard everybody.
There was a seismic shift in Nigeria at that point. Because for him to miss that, there's this saying that sometimes people from your village are really chasing you, because that I don't know. He had time to touch that ball, look around.
Was it kind of like
his mom?
Was it kind of like the Chupa-Moting?
You know what? No,
yes.
He keep talking about it. I'm gonna pull it up for him.
Yeah, like he had time to touch that ball and play it in. Like that, man. Honestly, supporting Nigeria and supporting Arsenal they are almost the same thing. Because even 2014 World Cup too. Okay, you found the video. Just look at this.
Nah, son.
And he missed that, but I mean,
and then he scored the penalty after it, and we were like, "Yeah, it's not good enough.
It's not really not good enough.
It's not good enough."
But that World Cup was
a great World Cup. 2014. I watched pretty much every game of 2014.
Yeah. It was easier because they were on at a good time.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And then that's when that was a 7-1 game. Oh my god.
That was one of the best of my life. I hate Brazil so much.
But that was just like embarrassing. When Khedira scoring goals, like exactly. it's getting very bad.
I was laughing, bro. I hate Brazil so much.
I see someone cry. It's like
that little kid.
Not even the kid, David Luiz. Yeah. Take his tears and just right here into this vein. Because the game before he was hugging.
James Rodriguez
was hugging him. Okay.
Oh, that's why James Rodriguez had his
one goal he scored that World Cup. That was like, man,
but that was also Van Persie. That was when
the diving header,
Netherlands should have Spain,
the Noah penal and all that stuff.
Wait, somebody didn't come out.
It was Spain. It was Spain that didn't make it out of the group stage.
Yeah, Spain didn't make it out. Italy didn't make it out as well.
Man. That was great.
We played France in the round of 16. We lost to them.
That's when Pogba scored, right? Or something like that. I remember that.
I mean, Mikel not make Pogba, but that's probably the only thing you can live with. We scored an own goal. Then this in Nigeria we called him the short man devil, Valbuena, the guy that when Benzema had his nudes Valbuena was disrupting everybody on the wing. That guy, at some point, I think Arsenal had to sign him. Even that guy is like, should be a midget, but man, he's something else. When that World Cup, he did well. I don't even know who they lost to in the quarterfinal.
I don't remember who they lost to either.
But that's how you know that team was going to win a World Cup, because they had very good players.
So that was great. And then 2018 really just like shit on everything that I'd seen before. Because group stages legit like were when Germany doesn't make it out. First of all, Germany, that whole like those 3 games that Germany played, all of them are live. Mexico, all of a sudden you guys want to start performing. That goal that they scored against Sweden, I remember, mind you, I was at work. I was checking somebody out. I work at a grocery store. I was watching it down there. I was watching it at my thing. All of a sudden, it goes. I say, "Oh my god!" And everybody on my line's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like,
they won't understand.
You gon' understand what just happened.
Cruz, the way Cruz hit that
and
ball.
Then the who'd they play? Was it Korea?
South Korea.
That Korea game was just crazy
so
in itself. But granted, they should have won that Korea game. They literally were just shooting.
Yeah.
And none of them just went in, and then they still won 2-0, which is still mind-boggling to me.
The only good thing that came out of that Germany experience was it showed how racist those people are. Like, I don't know. I mean, I get Ozil is not the best player, but like, why was all the blame on him? Him and Gundogan. He had guys like Cruz, Muller,
and I still think if Sané plays, I think they make it out.
Honestly,
yeah,
that was so
Sané.
dumb.
That was.
He had won like the PFL Young Player of the Year, and you don't pick him for the World Cup.
Pick him. But that's when they had like Werner. Who else did they had? Royce, who you know is not even Royce, you can't really depend on him.
Royce is as fragile as
you pick Bose over him. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, those guys. The selection should maybe they don't like black people. Who knows?
And
is my theory, because you don't pick Sané. And Sané is not even full black. He's light skinned. Come on. This is a light skinned boy. I mean, I don't know, man.
The Spain Portugal group stage, which I mean, we were like, Spain's gonna we're like Spain's gonna run through them, and then all of a sudden Ronaldo's like, I don't care how bad everybody is, I'm going to make sure we at least don't lose this game.
Did he score a hat trick that game?
Yeah, score a hat trick. Score a free kick penalty,
and just a regular Ronaldo goal.
Yeah, 1-on-1. Honestly,
when you put the ball down for the free kick, I was like, he's gonna score.
Yeah, he's gonna score this. It was like against who they play in the UEFA Nations that he scored. Was it Switzerland?
Yeah, Switzerland.
Once he drew that foul, low-key, you can tell by the step back. I was like, oh yeah, this is going in, and just top corner every time. So like little things like that. The Argentina Nigeria.
Bro, Argentina should have gone through.
That's
what I'm saying. Igalo, you saw that goal Igalo missed, bro. Igalo, this rumor has it that he didn't go back to Nigeria because there was a mob waiting for him at the airport. There was a mob of people waiting to beat him. Because that one, you can't be a number 9. The World Cup 1-on-1 like that. And it's not as if Argentina.
But granted, Messi's goal is probably one of the best goals.
With that touch,
man, that doesn't make any sense.
I know our keeper wasn't going to save that, but we still should have. And to now be knocked out by Argentina 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
I know Rojo.
And then losing to them in the Olympics is just like, and what was another group? The Russia group stage with Egypt was also interesting. Mind you, Salah was still coming off of that injury. But just little things like that. The tournament itself with the Belgium-Brazil game was one of the best games I've ever seen. That's had this best performance I've ever seen.
Even the Belgium-Japan.
They came back from down 2-0. See, I even forgot about that. There was the France-Argentina was also a good game.
It was like 4-3, right?
4-2, and then Uruguay-France was also. Was it who did Uruguay play? They play France, right? They play France. I'm pretty sure they play France.
Oh, yeah. I think that was after they knocked out Argentina.
Yeah, that was also a good game. The other side of
Russia,
England.
Spain.
I even forgot about England.
Russia,
Spain was really just like they really shouldn't have won that game. That's penalties and that.
England. Honestly, the last thing I wanted was England to win the World Cup.
Nah, that would just
because then as an Arsenal fan you will get to hear Harry Kane World Cup winner. I wasn't ready for all that because the only guy we had in the World Cup team was Danny Welbeck.
Right, Welbeck, right?
I had Welbeck. I don't even know where he is now, and I don't wish him well wherever he is. I think was Barkley on the team.
No.
I think Loftus-Cheek was on the team.
Loftus-Cheek didn't make it.
I think Cahill was.
Cahill and Loftus-Cheek, but Loftus-Cheek barely played.
He didn't play. But that team was good.
Yeah, but I brought World Cup all just to say that the next World Cup is actually the one I'm looking forward to the most because
in Qatar or Qatar, how do you say it?
Qatar. Because I have 6 teams right now that I don't know who could win it. I have Brazil, who for the end of time they'll always be there because they actually get players from the slums. They don't get people from academies when they go to the streets. They actually go get good players. I have Italy because they didn't make it last time, so they have a lot to prove. Insigne has still been playing out of his mind for like the past 2 seasons. Belgium is obvious. Hazard's going to be old. Well, he's gonna be old enough. He's gonna be 31 around that time, but he'll at least still be like some sort of shell of himself to be there. England, which right now they have no excuse. You still have Harry Kane in his prime. You're gonna have Sancho coming back. You're gonna have Loftus-Cheek. You have Hudson-Odoi. What other teams am I missing? Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Netherlands. You have Van Dijk and Delusion. That's just like
you have Depay too.
Depay. Who else? That whole Ajax team, just in itself, plus Van Dijk and Depay already is gonna be a scary sight. And France, per usual. And France is really just gonna have those same players, just older and better. And Griezmann is still gonna be there. I don't know. I don't know who can win out of those 6, but at least right now. And teams are still gonna come out of the woodwork. We're still gonna see more teams. So,
I mean, that time we'll probably be world class by then.
I hope so.
I still put Nigeria in there.
Nah, I mean, that's the one thing I've always not liked about World Cups is like African teams have always struggled to compete, especially like Cameroon, which I felt like last World Cup, at least like do something more. Like you have Koulibaly, you have Mane, you have a guy with Gay or however you say his name. They had a lot of players.
Yeah, Senegal, and they didn't even.
Senegal, not Cameroon. So.
And the reason they didn't even qualify was because of the fair play stuff. They had too many yellow cards.
It wasn't because they didn't go by goal difference, which is stupid.
They're tied.
Hashtag racism right there, man. That is just hardcore racism.
Yeah.
Why is it that the black man's team cannot go through?
Okay.
This is my agenda to erase racism from football. Like, I do understand this, man. And Senegal scored more goals than them. Mm-hmm. What the hell is?
They didn't. They usually do like goal difference.
They usually use goals at that point.
For.
She scored more goals. Mm-hmm. That Senegal team too would. I don't know how they didn't beat Algeria and AFCON, but Senegal in Africa. Since you want to talk about African teams in Africa, Senegal, Nigeria.
So you won't even say Algeria first?
Nah, bro,
you won't even say Egypt?
Egypt. We clapped Egypt now. Come on, Egypt should go. After Salah, you can't mention any other Egyptian player. True. If you try it,
Morocco would be something. I'm sorry.
Whatever happened to Ivory Coast?
It's only Senegal, Nigeria,
and Algeria.
Then maybe Côte d'Ivoire. I mean, they had all
they had their time to shine.
They have all the Wilfreds.
Like 8 years
they have
ago.
like 4 Wilfreds.
like 8 years ago.
Bonnie, Wilfred, Zaha.
But then they also have. Will Pepe pay for them?
Who?
Pepe.
Yeah, I think.
I think so.
So that's another player.
And also, we have some English players that don't want to represent England anymore. That want to come back and represent.
Or they just
Nigeria.
can't make the team.
And they can't make the team.
Let's
England too is hybrid racism.
Do you think Iwobi will make the England team?
He should.
No, do you think he would?
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
He would have made that team.
No, he would.
Because one, he's playing for Arsenal to start with. So that gives him. If Welbeck can make the English team, come on.
I don't think Welbeck even
make
play.
That team.
Okay,
like,
that makes sense.
But
2022, he's not gonna make it. Where he is right now, he won't make 2022.
Bro, he would if he played for England, he would make that team.
I don't know.
He might probably even have been a little bit of a better player.
He might as well play for Nigeria so he can get more spots.
I mean, right now he can't even go play for England anymore because he has already played for Nigeria.
Yeah,
once you play like your first international, not under 21s, like your first cap for your country, you can't go back. Because even you see what Sterling battles. Even as decorated as he is,
and he's I think he's world class. Like I can genuinely say Sterling, he may be top 15 in the world.
Sterling is top 3 in DPL if you ask me. The guy is good. If you ask me, that guy is last season.
Kevin De Bruyne. Okay, now that it was over Salah,
bro, I would pick Sterling over Salah, man. Salah is a very tricky player. I would pick. See, one thing I don't like about the way Salah is being celebrated, just look at the way he plays. There's really nothing. he just uses his God-given ability. There's really nothing else he has done to really improve him. After running, and maybe he knows how to cut in and score. Like there's nothing else. And when he's not having good games, it shows. Yeah. But Sterling has improved from what he was at Liverpool. True. Like Sterling,
you're right.
Sterling,
when he moved to City, he couldn't shoot at all.
See how technical, the way he dribbles, and another thing I like about Sterling, I wish Aubameyang can do, is he knows how to get into spaces, like small space where you think he's not going to be in there to just get the. Look at the goal in the Community Shield. Yeah. He came from nothing. So,
but that's a City thing in general. It may not even be him. That's just a City thing. All those players do that. They get like they'll be like, how do you even make that run? How do you even get that pass off? Like
maybe if Salah was in City, he would have learned to do that. But we've also seen good players that went to City and they just couldn't do. But Sterling is probably, maybe you can make a run that is Harry Kane then Sterling. But in the English team, in the English team, you can probably say like Harry Kane then Sterling or some pool. I would say Sterling then Harry Kane.
And then Loftus-Cheek is gonna be there by in the next 3 years.
Man, Loftus-Cheek is just an IG model that sadly knows how to play football.
He's really good. He's really.
What I'm saying is like Sterling, that good he is. You see how much criticism he gets on a regular. So maybe Iwobi would have made the team, but you know the thing with Iwobi is that people haven't really criticized him to the point where like. It takes it a
toll on you.
If Iwobi was in Sterling's shoes, would have probably seen the kind of man that he is. So we really don't know, because the criticism he gets is probably just from Arsenal fans. I've never watched on any, because I like how NBC has Sky Sports News now. That's what we used to watch back in Nigeria. So that's where the pundits really that's when the British pundits really go in on players. So for Arsenal, the main player that really gets critique is Ozil. Ozil, there's no game he doesn't get some kind of, whether he did well or not.
Do we have hope for United States?
No, United States. Which?
I mean, the only reason we're probably gonna make it next time is because we play against nobodies other than Mexico.
Apart from Pulisic, and I don't know. I really don't know why he's so hyped. To be honest.
He played amazing though. He
does, but like
they play really, really well. Like in this last tournament,
they hype the
Gold Cup.
Yeah, Gold Cup. Sorry.
I would rather we beg Megan Rapinoe to come up with the men's team. I would rather we beg Megan, because the women's team is far more better than the men's team. Like,
but the men's team will still beat the women's team though.
I don't know about that.
You really think if the men's team played the women's team, they will lose?
See, okay.
The women's team got beat by the FC Dallas Academy.
No. I mean, that was just was that a real story or was just a rumor? Was it?
It was a real story.
It was a real story. Yeah. See, if everything under equal conditions, let's say you give everybody the same amount of like.
Oh, you gave the women 5 goals already. So the game started 5-0.
Yeah,
that's equal to
okay, yeah, that's even better, bro. They'll probably win. Those girls play well. The women play well, not girls. The women play well, but yeah, the US men's team, is it Canada? Playing Canada is like just forfeits.
That's true.
Like, is it Canada? The only good team from North America is Mexico. They have all those islands that will just literally bring people that work in gas stations to come and play.
The other like Honduras, all those other Spanish.
Yeah, those are bomb.
They have bigger issues in their life than playing soccer.
Exactly, they are still trying to possibly get Trump to like them. Football is the last of their worries.
That's true.
But the US men's team usually makes the World Cup through some corners that they come in and then they get exposed. What they need to do is soccer. Really, I don't know. For one, they should stop calling it soccer here and call it football. Maybe
America, that's not gonna happen because everywhere else in the world probably uses kilometers, and we're the only people that uses miles.
Yeah, the country is too stubborn.
So that's not gonna change.
The country is too stubborn. But the US men's team, I don't know. I've really never watched the game of Jazz because I've watched the live game before. I watched the Argentina game in Houston in 2016. That Messi's goal just showed them the difference between soccer and football. Like that was the clear difference between. Messi took them home that game. That's why they can't even play Copa America now. They go do CONCACAF and they were winning all their games. Yeah. Nike should stop making their jerseys, man.
Stop it.
They're pretty sure it's like a lifetime contract at this point.
I know, right?
Okay, so before I get you guys out of here, I'll have you guys just quick predictions of NFL, NBA. Who do you guys having? Like, you don't have any? Who do you have at least Super Bowl like?
I mean, Patriots. That's just a safe pick.
Over the Chiefs?
Bro, I would try to go with the
Are
Chiefs.
they
over Jacksonville?
I don't even know if they're in the same like conference, dude.
I would pick the. See, how did you say his name, Patrick? My homeboy is.
They still have defensive problems, but Jacksonville's actually the team that I think may make it out because their only problem was their quarterback, and they got a quarterback. Now they have a quarterback. So
who did they get? Was it
Nick
Foles?
Foles? So
I mean, the Browns too. Low-key.
The Browns. The
low-key.
thing is, at the end of the day, you need experience, and that's what hurt the Chiefs against the Patriots.
I mean, you get experience by playing now.
What you say about the Chiefs? The Chiefs still lost the Patriots last season.
I mean, that's just Tom. I feel like Tom Brady just has magical powers. No, to be honest, I feel like there's something he's doing that nobody has caught him yet. The balls are probably still deflated. Who knows?
I mean, I think there's just a learning curve that what's it called, that the Browns need to get over. So not this season, but next season.
But we definitely know the Cowboys.
Nah.
They are probably doomed this season.
Yeah,
because now
Zeke, if Zeke doesn't play,
Zeke say
he's holding out, right?
Yeah, he's going to sit out
unless they pay him. So.
And I saw a prediction where they might only win one game. It's at that period, but
because if you're trying to put all of your faith in a man that can't throw past 20 yards, you're not gonna do too well.
Yeah, the Patriots definitely. Cause
I have AFC. I have Jacksonville. NFC. I have what team am I thinking about? The Rams or the Saints or the Bears if Trubisky can get his act together.
I would always say the Rams just because Arsenal.
It's cronky.
Anyway, okay, NBA.
This is what I'm talking about. The
NBA. I personally have Warriors.
Stop.
Philly.
Stop.
I'm telling you
Stop.
guys.
Philly.
Stop.
Well, Philly's currently like
trust the
favorites.
process. Or
well,
what?
they're the favorites right now because everybody pretty much got worse. Like really, the East is really just like a standby year until Brooklyn comes back next season.
Yeah, this is just.
This is really just like
it's like participation award.
It really is because once KD comes back next season, it's gonna be like, all right, just everybody's out the way.
It'll be like LeBron, and that's what makes the East bad. Because another thing too with LeBron's career is that some of the teams he took to the finals were never really ready to play in the finals just because of how bad the East is.
I really think if LeBron was in the East last season with that team that he had the year before, he's not going to the finals.
Kawhi would have done work.
Exactly.
But for me though, from the West, Houston Rockets.
Oh my God.
Westbrook and James Harden.
Hold on, before you get there, what do you have? Because you're gonna go on the tangent. Who do you have?
I don't really watch basketball that much. I mean, but the thing I have noticed is that everyone seems pretty much even now, like this year.
In the West for the most part.
Yeah, I mean the past 5 years it was like always the Warriors, but now like everyone in the West is pretty much even. Obviously the East is always not that great.
No, the thing is the East is great. It's just the fact that the West just looks like monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't know.
Okay, I feel just go.
Bro, the West, the Rockets are coming out of. Okay, the Rockets, realistically, the Rockets are making the conference finals.
That's not realistic.
Bro.
Second round is realistic. Because, okay, so you think they're better than the Lakers?
See, the way they're seeding...
You think they can beat the Lakers?
No, I'm not saying that yet.
So that is realistic.
But realistically speaking, the Rockets can seed themselves in a position where they won't meet the Clippers or the Lakers till the finals, till the conference finals. Because right now, Vegas has them finishing second. The Clippers first, Rockets, Warriors, Lakers, then I think Portland.
So that means you guys will play the Lakers second round.
Oh yeah, then we'll club the Lakers.
No, you don't believe that. You don't believe that.
So wait,
who's gonna guard LeBron on your team? Who's gonna guard Anthony Davis on your team?
Bro, LeBron is aging. The only person I'm worried about is Anthony Davis. Bro, LeBron doesn't even play defense. Who is going to hold down James Harden?
James Harden will guard himself. James Harden will guard himself. He folds in the playoffs for a reason.
Okay, true. I'll never argue with that.
And Russell Westbrook can't shoot.
That is true.
Russell Westbrook can't shoot.
Well, true, but bro,
so that's what I'm trying to say.
You have two players that obviously want to play with each other.
I don't know if that's obvious.
Bro, it's obvious they want to play with each other. They've done it before, and I mean I know for a fact that James Harden is the reason why Westbrook is with us right now because the whole friction with Chris Paul, even though they never made it public, you could see from like
they never made it public, but it was public knowledge.
Yeah, like they didn't like. Even when he was asked about, he tried to play it down.
Yeah, he tried to say, "I had no knowledge of that."
Yeah, because you have two guys that have led the league in assists for like the past 4 years. They've led the league in assists. So when people are like, they keep talking about, they just bring up the whole issue of like the ISO ball. They're like, oh, they are ball hogs. I've never seen a ball hog. Kobe was a ball hog, and he showed. He never games where Kobe had more than 5 assists. Well, those were games where he was actually passing the ball. But Kobe was the vision of a ball hog. But James Harden is not really a ball hog. It's just the system he's put into play with.
So you think Mike D'Antoni's gonna change his system?
He has to.
No, because
he really has to.
I want you to understand this whole belief that the Rockets are gonna do anything is a what if, or we're hoping that people.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not telling you that it's going to happen. I'm just
what it could
like
be.
Yeah, what it could be, because there's no way D'Antoni.
Because he's in the hot seat.
The kind of talent that Westbrook and Harden have, there's no way you would tell Harden to continue doing what he's doing. There is going to be some kind of change. Now that I don't know how he's going to do it.
And also they have 2 of the top players with the most turnovers.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. But that comes with handling the ball a lot, which I hope now it will be kind of a little bit down the middle.
I mean.
But another thing is that people talk like other teams don't have problems. Bro, the Lakers.
But
the Lakers are also a very shaky team.
They're very vulnerable.
Like the Lakers, the only team that kind of looks like they have everything put together are the Clippers, because the team already is a really good team.
Well, they don't have anybody that's gonna facilitate per se. Patrick Beverley's not facilitating point guard.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, and Will comes off the bench. I mean, bro, Kawhi can do that. But the thing is that one thing about the NBA that is kind of sad is the regular season doesn't really mean much. It doesn't
mean anything. And
come the playoffs is when you really see those that can ball. Like the playoffs is the kind of time that differentiates the men from the boys. Like guys, a player is clutch during like Kawhi last season. The way he slows down the game, the way he plays, you can see. He has a method, not like James Harden, where high leverage moments, man. James Harden.
That's when he wants to start doing step back threes.
Not even that. That's when he knows he can. That's when he forgets to dribble. I remember the game 5 against the Warriors. He dribbled the ball off. When KD went out, he dribbled the ball off his foot. This is someone that has Hall of Fame ball handling on 2K. He dribbled the ball off his foot. That is just the pressure getting to him, maybe. But come the playoffs, teams I know I can't trust. I can't trust my Rockets during the playoffs, but I'm a Rockets stan, so every year I will hope that we do well. Okay. But I can't trust Portland during the playoffs. I really can't trust Portland during the playoffs, because one thing that they showed is that whenever they make get to the finals, they burn out.
Well, they don't even get to the finals. They
got to the finals, or.
They just got to.
Yeah, they got to the finals once, but even the last few years.
Well,
every time they
got to the first round, they got swept.
Yeah, they got swept. Then they got swept by Golden State twice in a row in the second round. So I can't trust Portland. San Antonio, obviously, can't trust them.
Yeah.
The Lakers, I really don't trust the Lakers because everybody is like LeBron, AD. They have Danny Green. Danny Green had the finals. Danny Green had the same number of points all 3 of us had in Game 5 and Game 6, he didn't score.
And I was sitting here in Denton.
And
he had 0 points.
And he's a shooting guard.
Yeah.
Emphasis on shooting guard. So you have Danny Green. You have Boogie, who, Boogie's, if you have Kuzma, obviously this will be his first playoff, so I don't expect him. So the person that I would expect to carry this team is Anthony Davis. And the question is, can he do it? Because LeBron is getting old.
Will he even be healthy enough to do it?
Like
there's lots of question marks for everybody.
Yeah, I'm saying the only team that is really there isn't really that much questions. The Clippers,
yeah.
Then you have Denver.
The Warriors, I don't think have a question mark. The only question mark is that Klay isn't there until March. That's the only question mark. But Klay is going to be back by March.
The Warriors are a good team, but do you know what really made the Warriors really good? Was the fact that Kevin Durant gave them confidence.
When KD doesn't play, they play better though.
But that's just how many games.
Four games.
Let KD not play the whole season, bro. KD gave those guys mad confidence.
That's true. It's true.
Like he gave them mad confidence.
It's true, but you can't ignore that. He was out game 5. They won game 5. He was out game 6. They won game 6. They swept the Warriors. I mean, they swept the Blazers. And if we're being honest, if Clay played 2 of those games that he was out, the Warriors are champions.
But I mean,
right
okay, not that I'm defending the Blazers, but you saw the games against the Blazers. It wasn't like they won all the games convincing. Those games went down to the last minute.
Sometimes they did.
Like I think it was only the game 2 that was like by like 2 minutes left. You know, Steve Kerr takes everyone out. But those were close games. But when KD plays,
I know what you mean. KD's
like,
a cheat code, yeah.
That 2016, 2017 where they went 16-1. The only game they lost was the game 3 against the Cavs or game 4. I can't remember.
That was game 3.
That was the only game they lost the whole playoffs. So now that KD is not there, I really want to see Steph how he can play. I mean, I know everybody has their personal problem with Steph, and I still think Steph is not a clutch player. Some people argue, but like Steph, like they even put up his stats.
I think
down 5 seconds, and he hasn't made one bucket.
He's 0 for 8. I think we're gonna have a dialogue going forward as to, is Steph the best point guard of all time if he's able to win without KD. We're gonna actually need to start talking.
We need to start it because the year they won the championship without KD, who was finals MVP?
Iguodala.
Was Iguodala?
But then again, LeBron didn't even have Kevin Love. He didn't even have
but I'm just saying that, like, people make the argument, but that was Steph's team. Yeah. Steph was a unanimous MVP, means
nobody. They didn't think anybody
they didn't think
else
of
was
any
worthy.
other person, but he didn't win the finals MVP just because in high leverage moments he doesn't show up. Right now, so I can make the argument that the best point guard in the league, right? You know who I'm going to call is Russell Westbrook.
All right. on that note, it was nice. It was nice.
I had to go delete tweets about all the Westbrook slander. But no, that okay. I'm just trolling. But the best point guard in the league right now, I can't really tell because the point guard position has really even changed.
Yeah, it's changed.
It's like now
everybody's a 2 that just handles the ball. Yeah.
Because right now you can say, okay, the better question is like, who is the best pure point guard or who is the best shooting point guard? Yeah. If it's best shooting point, I mean Steph. No one
by a landslide.
I mean Lillard and Steph and that, but the thing is that both of them are kind of, you know, they both choke. But regular season, man, Steph. I've seen that guy score 51 points in 3 quarters. Like the guy, when he gets hot, there's no you can't cool him off. And I've seen Lillard too do the same thing. But then pure point guard, I mean, you can kind of put Russell Westbrook in there just because.
No, I can't.
As a pure point guard,
he has too many turnovers.
I mean, but he still gets more assists than turnovers.
But it's not even 2 to 1.
And then he even rebounds the ball too.
I mean, yeah, he's the best rebounding guard, and that's not even a discussion.
And I feel like Kyrie Irving too. If he stopped forcing
the ISO ball,
if he stops forcing the ISO ball, he's a very good point guard. If he stops forcing the ISO ball, then I really want to see Kemba. I really want to see what Kemba will do now that he's on the team because I mean all the claims that he has never had good players, so now he has some of the best young players. Let's see what he can do there. And I think that's the wrap on good point guards.
Nah, definitely.
I was about to say Kyle Lowry.
Nah, it's okay. Really, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
on that note, let's end it there because I don't even. Now we're grasping at straws. Now we're starting saying John Wall and stuff like that.
Come on, bro. You don't believe in John Wall.
Anyways. Robbie, give him your socials, Twitter and all that and stuff. Unless you don't want to.
I don't even know what the hell.
You don't know? Okay. Well, it's per usual Adedioba, ADETHEOBA, Twitter, Instagram. Chuks, do you know yours?
Yeah, Twitter @_CHAUX_ Chuks. Follow. Don't ask me when Arsenal is losing. I will come for truth. I have no problem.
Dude, Jan kept sending me stuff last season.
Yeah,
when we were losing.
Like, oh my god, you guys lost. Yeah, I didn't know.
It's like, it's like, thank you, Jan, because I didn't watch the game. Oh my god.
Okay. Do you know yours?
No, I'm good. I don't even post stuff on my Instagram.
Fine. All right. It was nice. Thank you guys for coming. It really means a lot. Next week should be very interesting. Melvin will be back.
Yeah,
we'll have Ephraim, Tottenham fan, and Malik next week.
Why would you want to be a Tottenham fan?
It's gonna be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I'll be listening as
Nah,
always.
Definitely.
And
Thank you so
I
much.
really hope to be back when we clap Chelsea.
That's not gonna happen.
The good thing I like about Ade is he's never scared.
I'm not.
He's never scared when they lose. So I know he's not one of those fans.
I keep the same energy.
I know he's not one of those fans that run away. That's the same thing with me.
When we lost to Tottenham, I invited Orlando on the podcast. I'm not, you know.
Like, that's the same thing with me. Like, win or lose, I'll still come. If I need to talk some shit, just to do that. Like, I would do that. But that's another thing too. I like the podcast because, you know, people at least keep you real to an extent. Not like,
Exactly.
I mean, you can still throw, but that's why I don't know how Melvin has survived on this podcast for the longest. Because Melvin,
I don't know if he listens to the podcast, but like Melvin,
I don't know how Melvin has survived. Because literally, I listened to one of the episodes and I was like, damn, somebody needs to beat this guy. Like, I don't know how he has survived this long. Because ever since he started dreading his hair, he thinks he has common sense now. But I mean, I'm really waiting to see Melvin. Honestly, but that's a topic for another day.
Oh my
But
God.
this was fun. Definitely want to do
man.
this again.
All right, it's the Cream Podcast. See you guys later.